By C.H. Vallis Associates, Kishman's Fresh Market, and Simon Sets Promotions, featuring the Tiger Store Studio Vibes, the Game Day Boutique, and Spirit of Stark. Now with tonight's Stark Media pregame show, here's College Football Hall of Famer Jim Ballard, Mark Milano on the sidelines, and former Ohio State All-American T.J. Downing.
Welcome into High School Football on 99.7 FM and streaming live all over the world on the free iHeartRadio app. I'm TJ Downing, joined by the College Football Hall of Famer Jim Ballard and Mark Milano down on the sidelines. And we are set here in Canal Fulton, ready for the Northwest Indians to host the Louisville Leopards. Northwest comes in here 2-0 in the season, beating Norton in Week 1. In Week 2, they handled Marlington. Now up the Leopards, coming in here 0-2. You got a lot of things we talked about this week, Jim. Coach Troy Davis and the Leopards trying to get things rolling offensively. Week 1, it was a 21-0 loss to Steubenville. Then Week 2, 21-10 to Poland. Started to score a little bit, just not enough. Things they got to do, partner, if they want to get it rolling here tonight.
It's real simple. Average more than 5 points a game. They just haven't gotten their footing with the offense with Davion Cruz. They're trying to adapt to this option Navy type of offense with the pistol formation. Davion Cruz, TJ, is not a big guy to start with, so it kind of hurts him a little bit from the passing standpoint because he is a little shorter and only 3.5 yards back. He is very, very athletic. He's able to run extremely well, but they got to put some points on the board. They got to find ways. They got to get creative. It's to me, it's going to be a couple trick plays tonight to try and get something going against this Northwest defense that's been playing extremely well of late. Weren't sure what the quarterback was going to look like for Northwest at the beginning of this year with all the things that happened in the offseason, but I'll tell you what, Chase Badger has settled in. He's got him 2-0. He's only a sophomore. He's got good running backs to hand off to, TJ. A lot of guys that can get it done on the outside, but for Louisville to win, they can't continue to turn the ball over at the pace that they're at. They had 5 fumbles last week, an interception. Anytime you turn the ball over 6 times in a ball game, doesn't give you a recipe for success.
Here inside of Smiling Stadium, TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano again, streaming live all over the world on the free iHeartRadio app. All right, partner, when we start to look offense, defensive lines, you mentioned Northwest and some of the success that they've had on offense with the sophomore Chase Badger at quarterback, Kyler Miraglia, Connor Satterfield, those guys coming out of the backfield. But the big boys up front, man, led by Isaac LaFay. He's a captain. Got 2 more captains across that offense and defensive line, and Jimmy Cunningham and also Riley Plotner. Look at the weights on these guys, 320, 240, 230, 260, 220 across the board. In the trenches, the Northwest Indians, all seniors starting up front on that offensive line. That has to bode well for a sophomore quarterback.
And a sophomore running back in Miraglia. You almost forget that he's a junior. But he's been playing since he's a freshman in his 3rd year as a starter. He's not very big, and for him being 5'7", but $175, he's like a water bug. When he gets behind that big offensive line, you really have to stay disciplined at your linebacker position because he's one of those guys that can start left, cut back right, you don't see him, and all of a sudden he's out the gate into the second level. So you really got to stay home if you're the linebackers. It does start up front. As you said, with that big offensive line to take some of the pressure off the sophomore quarterback to have to make plays. Look for him to get him involved early with some bubble screens and some stuff on the edge to give him a couple layups to get him started in this game. But Miraglia and Greeny out of the backfield, TJ, they've been pounding the ball extremely well with those 2.
Yeah, we had a chance to see Kyler Miraglia when he kind of came onto the scene there just a few years back when Jordan Mick was running quarterback here. They believe advanced to the 3rd round of the playoffs. We are here to call it. They would lose to Newark Catholic. When you think about a running back kind of growing up and having somebody that he can play off of like a Connor Satterfield, I mean, this is a guy that you talk about Greeny, Jason Greenfield. Connor Satterfield worked with him exclusively in the offseason, said, listen, man, I want to bulk up, put on weight so that I can not only play secondary but walk down into the box, be like a monster back, play the linebacker position, but also be big enough at H-back to block from Miraglia and open up those holes.
Certainly. Anytime you can get it like an H-back or another guy in the backfield, you guys used to run that all the time with Troy and with those guys coming down on that play-action pass. You had Pitt, you had Beanie Wells coming downhill, and, man, when you put another big fella in addition to what you guys had up front, man. When you guys went 21 personnel or 31 personnel with 3 tight ends and a running back, ooh, boy, did you guys eat. And that's what Northwest is trying to do with that big offensive line.
Speaking on a little bit of that 20-year reunion coming up this weekend, tonight, tomorrow, Ohio State Buckeyes 2002 National Championship team celebrating 20 years, beating the Miami Hurricanes to win it all. All right, we're going to step aside on the Stark Media pregame show. You are listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week. Northwest Indians taking on Louisville Lepers right here on 99.7 FM and the free iHeart Radio app.
At C.H. Vallis Associates, we've been proudly serving the greater Stark County community for over 78 years. Locally owned, we cover your home, auto, business, and life insurance along with your group benefits. Our partnership with auto owners has allowed us to span not only Ohio, but throughout the entire country. Did you know that Auto Owners, an A++ rated company by AM Best and a Fortune 500 company, has ranked C.H. Vallis Associates a top 10 insurance agency in the state of Ohio? From your basic home and auto needs to insuring some of the largest companies in America, there's a reason people choose C.H. Vallis Associates and Auto Owners. Our dedication and passion for our clients and their coverage is part of our commitment to excellence. For all your insurance coverage needs, there's only one call to make, and that's C.H. Vallis Associates, located at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Contact us at 330-494-2776 today and see the difference in customer satisfaction.
McNeil & Sons Tree Service serves the greater Northeast Ohio area by keeping your property clear all year round. Do you have trees that have stretched too close to your home? A rotted tree that has to go? Or perhaps even storm damage? No job is too big or small for McNeil & Sons. We specialize in large tree removal, storm damage, stump grinding, land clearing, and more. McNeil & Sons Tree Service is fully licensed and insured, so contact us today at 330-606-1126 for all your tree care needs. Or visit us online at mcneiltree.com to schedule your free quote. The professionals at McNeil & Sons can inform you of your tree health and give you a risk assessment to keep your family protected. So call today, 330-606-1126. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, a company you can depend on with family you can trust.
The Stark Media pregame show continues. This is the Stark Media High School Football Game of the Week.
Welcome back in on the Stark Media pregame show. We take it down to the field now for the playing of our national anthem by the Northwest Indians Marching Band. All right, thank you to the Northwest Indians Marching Band playing our national anthem. And as we celebrate Military Appreciation Night here in Canal Fulton, we want to take a moment to recognize one of our sponsors here on 99.7 FM and Stark Media. Our injury report sponsored by the Leathernecks Nation MC Madus Chapter, Canton, Ohio, where veterans helping veterans is their main mission. The Madus Chapter supports local veteran charities in and around Stark County, like the Save 22 organization fighting veteran suicides and the SAM Center in Massillon. They cannot do it alone, so stop out on October 15th and support them at their annual Halloween party located at the VFW on Mahoning Road in Canton from 3 to 9. All the details, including food, drinks, raffle items, and live music, is on their Facebook page at Leathernecks Nation MC Madus Chapter, or their website at www.maduslnmc.com. That's www.maduslima.com. All are welcome. Donations accepted at the door, and a large portion of these proceeds goes to helping these local charities. Semper Fi, and they look forward to your support. Raffle tickets, just $10 a piece. All right, partner. We've had the national anthem. we have Military Appreciation Night. It's big for me and my family. Both of my grandfathers served from Africa to France, Italy, Germany, Korea. I know that you have a little, some family stuff yourself. It's special to all of us. No better thing for us to be able to recognize and get behind than the people that have made and paid the ultimate sacrifice of men and women of our armed forces.
Yeah, you hit it up the nail on the head, partner. We've got a lot of family. I know you talked about yours. My father served in Vietnam. My grandfather in WW2. My other grandfather in WW2. So hats off to all the ladies and men out there that have served our country and helped make it what it is today, to give us these opportunities, to bring this game, to be able to have sponsored by the National Guard is just awesome. Gotta love the camo uniforms, TJ. Great atmosphere. Louisville and Northwest. We haven't even talked about how sour it got, with Louisville going in another direction. John DeMarco kind of being pushed out, fired, resigned. Not sure what happened exactly, but all I know is this. Since John DeMarco left, that program has gotten worse and not better.
Yep.
So they've got to try to find something in this new offense and Davion Cruz, the senior quarterback, to get it going and right this ship. But as I said earlier this week on the show, if you think for a second that Coach John DeMarco hasn't had this circled on his calendar for a long time, you're crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, time to get off your seats and on
Speaking of said show that Jim Ballard had just mentioned, you can catch him and Drew Serackman. Drew Serackman, a former state champion coach up at Hoban, played his football at St. Thomas Aquinas, coached at Glen Oak, coached back at his alma mater at St. Thomas. He's been around the block, not coaching anymore. One of my neighbors now, and him, Jim together. Cool that these guys, as we get ready for the Northwest Indians to take the field in the camo with the charcoal gray pants, red and white stripe down the side, traditional gray helmets with that red arrow going down the sides. Partner, your guys' show, High School Football Rewind, you can catch that every Wednesday on the Stark Media YouTube channel. It's free. Subscribe, check it out, listen to these guys. There's no better offensive minds out there than my partner, the College Football Hall of Famer, and Drew Serackman, the OC, breaking it down. Another cool little thing wrapped here behind this game, you got principals. Northwest High School principal Larry Tosh and his twin brother Gary. He's the principal at Louisville High School. That's pretty cool to be able to have both of these guys involved in this thing. And as you mentioned, partner, with John DeMarco, Coach DeMarco of Northwest, his time that was spent over there at Louisville, had those guys riding high. Man, I know you worked with a lot of his quarterbacks that were over there. And, for him to be pushed out, come over here, have the success that he's had, this has got to be pretty cool for him as well. Kind of one of those proving points.
I agree. I mean, it's one of those things. I'm not sure that Coach DeMarco was really looking to coach after he left Louisville. He was at Lake for a year. That was okay. But then this opportunity came along. Coach DeMarco lives over in Portage Lake, so this is a pretty easy commute for him. He retired from Louisville, and he actually retired early so he could get into the building here faster, which says everything you need to know about Coach DeMarco and what he stands for and wanting to be around those kids. He came in and his first year had an unbelievable year. Went to the playoffs, ended up losing to Lake Catholic, but he started it then, got his footprint going, and now, we're in year 3.
All right, one quick break here before we get started here in Northwest Louisville, getting ready to take the field. You're listening to 99.7 FM and the free iHeart Radio app.
Spirit of Stark embodies the pride that each community in our county has for their local schools and teams. That's why when it's time to find the best in custom apparel, look no further than Spirit of Stark, located at 409 Erie Street North. Custom embroidery offered on almost any type of garments, from shirts and jackets to hats, pants, and shorts. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows Spirit of Stark to fulfill any order, big or small. You name it, they can do it. Want to look your best heading back to school this fall? Contact Spirit of Stark at 330-806-6745. We can't wait to hear from you.
Chris McCready's and his team at Finally Hear Hearing Aid Center in Canton offer up over 30 years of experience for their customers who are hearing impaired. Head over to their website at finallyhearohio.com and schedule your free hearing aid test and evaluation today. They're a best of the best award-winning company that prides themselves on customer service. Stop down and see them at 1201 30th Street Northwest or contact them at 492-1212 for an appointment. And thank you for sponsoring Stark Media's finallyhearohio.com Player of the Game.
This is the Stark Media High School Football Game of the Week. Tonight's game is brought to you by C.H. Vallis Associates, Kishman's Fresh Market, and Simon Says Promotions, featuring the Tiger Store Studio Vibes, the Game Day Boutique, and Spirit of Stark. Here's College Football Hall of Famer Jim Ballard, Mark Milano on the sidelines, and former Ohio State All-American TJ Downing.
All right, welcome back into Smilex Stadium. TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano down on the sidelines. Northwest Indians, they are going to get the ball first. It was returned out past the 25 to the 27-yard line, where Badger will hand off to Miraglia. It's going to go right up the middle to the 28-yard line, where he'll be stopped shy of the 30-yard line. They'll give him the 29 before he's brought down. Again, we mentioned the Northwest Indians rocking the camo tonight, Military Appreciation Night. Just fresh into this thing here. Appreciate everybody riding alongside us here tonight on 99.7 FM, your new home for Stark Media. Some other great games going on around the area tonight. You can check out Sam Berkwin, Jeff Shreve over there at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Dublin Coffin coming up to take on the McKinley Bulldogs. And also our guys, Drew Sarackman and Jeff Tyler over in Uniontown Lake hosting Akron East. That's on our YouTube channel. Here we go. 2nd and 9. Badger sits in the pocket, feels the pressure. He's going to slide out to the left, and he's brought down, sacked back at the 20-yard line. Coming up off the bottom of the pile, one of your captains for the Louisville Leopards, number 9, that's Jake Davide.
Davide reading pass. Badger decides to try and roll outside of where the tackle was blocking. TJ probably should have pushed and climbed a little bit in the pocket. Just an inexperienced pocket presence right there on 2nd down, which puts him behind the chains for 3rd and long.
Connor Morley, Shane Gates, Cyrus Wright, and also number 19, Tyler Davis across that defensive line. Miraglia on 3rd down, gets it across the 25. Back to the original line of scrimmage from the previous play. That's the 28-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, and the punt crew for the Northwest Indians will come out onto the field. We know that Isaac LaFay handles the kicking duties for the Northwest Indians. Punting duties will be that sophomore Chase Badger, your starting quarterback. He'll have his feet set at his own 15-yard line. 10 minutes on the clock here in Smilex Stadium. A rainbow snap back to Badger. It'll be across the 50, down into Louisville territory, out at the 38-yard line. All right, partner, we knew coming into this game, Louisville has struggled to score points, but defensively, they showed here on this previous possession.
Northwest won the toss, TJ. Instead of deferring, they decided to take the ball, which to me says something. It's a statement. We want the ball. We're going to try and put it on the board early. Louisville comes out. Stout defense, forces them to go 3 and out. Now it's up to the Davion Cruz-led offense to try and get this Leopard squad into the end zone at some point today.
We'll get your McNeil & Sons Tree Service starting lineup for the Louisville Leopards and the Northwest Indian defense after this play. 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Davion Cruz in that pistol set. Twins right, twins left. Motion for one, handoff to the right. Coming out of the backfield is number 15. And Andrew Essick will gain 2 out across the 40. They'll give him the 41. All right, up front, big boys for the Louisville Leopards. At right tackle, Jake Shamo. Your right guard, Trevor Eschler. Left guard, Nate Curry. Left tackle, Caden McKimmey. And your center, Cameron Atwell. We'll see the specialty skill guys, the fellas that can move and groove. Your quarterback, Davion Cruz, who Jim mentioned. We'll get the rest of them after here on 2nd and 8. 9:17 on the clock. It's rolling, scoreless ball game. First possession of the game here for the Leopards. Cruz going to fire it out to the right. Got a completion out to his receiver, number 6, who will be stopped a yard shy. Line to gain, set at the Louisville 49. He'll make the 48. Jim, that was a nice pass and catch to Hershey. Still going to bring up that 3rd and short. Now, again, you're going to have to rely on these big boys.
Yeah, they went trips to the left, single receiver into the boundary, simple hitch route, one-on-one coverage to the outside, ball on the right hash. Cruz sticks his foot in the ground, no flat defender, easy pitch and catch for a 3rd to set up a 3rd and 1 for Louisville.
3rd and 1. Cruz sends motion from the right to the left, and he's stuck in the backfield as he hands it off to his tailback, number 15, Essick. A 1-yard loss will set up a 4th and 2 now, knifing into the backfield. Number 50 on the defense, Isaac LaFay. I'll tell you what, keep your eyes on him, Jim. You mentioned we had a chance to kind of see Kyler Miraglia a couple years back when he first came into his own as a freshman. Isaac LaFay, he's been doing it for a solid 4 years. Played as a freshman back then, still doing it now. Defensive end, offensive line, kicking duties. Isaac LaFay, there's a reason he's a captain of this Northwest team.
He's a mailman, baby. Brings that mail every single day. A lunch pail guy, punching the time clock, doing it on both sides of the ball. Great tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Out to punt, Carter Dusky. Ball will be caught by the Indians at the 12-yard line. Return out across the 20. Nicky makes it to the 23. They'll give him the 24 before he's pushed out of bounds. 7:44 on the clock here in the first quarter. Scoreless ball game between the Northwest Indians and the Louisville Leopards. Second possession of the game here for the Indians as Chase Badger leads his crew out onto the field. Your McNeil & Sons Tree Service starting lineup for those Indians up front. Big boys in the middle, center, Travis Barczyk. Your right guard is Chris Reynolds. Your left guard is Riley Plotner. Tackle will be Logan West. And as we mentioned, Isaac LaFay. Kyler Miraglia, Connor Satterfield. These guys will be coming out of the backfield. Some big-time receivers. Your number one, Caden. Keep our eyes out for him. Handoff, Miraglia. He gets to the line of scrimmage where he falls forward for 2 before going down at the 27-yard line.
Caden Beekler, I like him a lot, TJ. 6'4", $195. Got a vertical, can stretch the field vertically as well. Big target, Badger, man. I'll tell you what, that having a guy 6'4" on the outside is like Linus having his blue blanket, man. A security, feeling good about it. Just got to give him a chance to make some plays. Got a good matchup with the corner, number 17, who's only 5'11". Definite height advantage.
Braylon Taylor, Jacob Avade in the middle of the defense. Another handoff for the Northwest Indians. They get back to the line of scrimmage at the 27-yard line. 3rd and 7 coming up. 6:50 on the clock. It's rolling. TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano, happy to be riding alongside you here on 99.7 FM this evening. Also streaming live all over the world on the free iHeart Radio app. Big third down coming up here for Chase Badger and company. As we see number 25, Connor Satterfield. He's talking with Miraglia, talking with Badger. Badger right hip, Satterfield. He blocks for Miraglia, and he will be dropped in the backfield. Check that. That was Parker Kraft who checked in there on the carry. So punt crew will come back out onto the field after that second possession for the Northwest Indians offense, and they will have to boot it away from their own 26-yard line.
Pretty conservative play calling, TJ. Backed up a little bit. Coach DeMarco not willing to put his sophomore in any harm's way, going to decide to punt it, let his defense keep doing what they do. Louisville has not been able to do much on offense this season.
Punt returned at the 45, out inside of the 40. They'll stop him at the 40 of Northwest. So good starting field position for your guy Cruz, just trying to get this offense rolling, trying to figure some things out here to be able to get good starting field position in your opponent's 40-yard line, in their territory. 5:49 here on the clock in the first quarter. This is exactly what you want if you're Coach Troy Davis.
Yeah, Coach Troy Davis's defense is getting it done right now, forcing 2 3-and-outs, and with them not being able to pick up a first down starting at the 23-yard line when they punted, they weren't able to flip the field. So Louisville is going to set up on northwest side of the 50 at the 40-yard line with great field position to start this second drive.
Cruz in the pistol, Essick behind him. They'll turn, hand off. He goes between right guard and right tackle. Gets a 4-yard pickup before being brought down at the 36. They'll give him the 37. Beautiful evening here in Canal Fulton. Beautiful stadium, brand new press box that we're here situated in.
About an hour before game time, man.
Last one got ripped down by the tornado. We were here around for that. All right, here we go. 2nd and 7 from the Northwest 36-yard line. Trips left, single receiver right. Looks like an Indian jump. They won't call it. 15, Essick. He gets a first down, riding it all the way down to the 26-yard line. First down for the Leopards.
Yeah, talking about that for TJ. Got to take your hat off to Jason Hathaway and all guys on deck getting the scoreboard put up literally, as he said, about an hour before the game started. I was joking with Coach DeMarco if he's going to start keeping score on the sideline with his fingers, but Great job by Jason Hathaway, the athletic director here, getting this done. And Louisville continues to pound the ball and almost inside the red zone.
Jackson, Mueller, Golden, they go left. They'll hand off to Essick. He gets to the line of scrimmage where he's dropped in there on the tackle, number 58. That's Cody Workinger. Keep your eye on him. That senior has been all over the place for this Northwest team. You look at some of those receivers we just mentioned for the Louisville Leopards. Tate Golden, Brandon Jackson. And you look at another guy like Carter Dusky out there. Number 5, Tate Golden. It's going to get me confused before the end of the night with Golden Tate from Notre Dame. Got the Notre Dame team on my mind here tomorrow night. Buckeyes getting ready to take on the Irish. Cruz fires it down to the 10-yard line, incomplete. He was looking for his receiver, Chase Mueller, the senior, incomplete. 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, 3rd and 10. They decided to go to the sprint out. Problem was when you sprint out, TJ, if the quarterback takes a step straight behind him, he's not able to get his shoulders and hips around to make the throw. He ends up falling off to the sideline, which is exactly what Cruz did there. Rolled to his left, tried to set his feet, but was still falling to the Northwest sideline, was pushed that ball out of bounds. And for an incompletion, had him one-on-one. It was just a simple 10-yard out, one-on-one, wide open. Cruz just missed him. A throw you got to make.
Carter McGarrix checks out on defense for Northwest. Insert Parker Kraft, number 43. Northwest rocking those camo jerseys tonight, Military Appreciation Night. Shout out to all of our men and women who have served and made the ultimate sacrifice. Another good one I know is listening to us tonight, John Mick. Appreciate you, my man. Handoff. Essick, he's going to go right. He's going to go left. He's going to bob and weave inside the 20, inside the red zone, down to the 18-yard line on 3rd down. That's going to set up a 4th and 2. We'll call it 4th and 3. 3:46 on the clock here, rolling into first quarter. Scoreless ball game between the Leopards and the Indians. 2nd possession of the ball game for Louisville as Cruz barks out the commands to the offensive line. He has 2 tailbacks stacked behind him. They look to bark out the hard count, try to get him to jump on Northwest defensive line. They don't. Essick will be right behind him. Behind him also is Jacob Davide. Here we go. Twins left. Single receiver to the short side right. Essick gets the carry, falls forward, and he will be a yard shy of the 1st down marker. Line to gain at the 15, and he will make the 16. So, Jim, big stop by this Northwest Indians defense. Turnover on downs as Badger and company come back out onto the field for their 3rd possession of the quarter.
Northwest giving up a little bit on this drive with the run game, but when push comes to shove and it really mattered on 4th and 3, Northwest came up big with another stop. This will be Northwest's 3rd possession. Both teams have had the ball twice with no points on the board. See if Northwest can get something going. More than anything, TJ, they got to get a couple 1st downs to get the ball to at least a 35-yard line to try and flip this field position.
Charlie Roberts and Colton Loy, and that's Louisville's, but fires it out incomplete. Looking for his receiver at the 25-yard line. Nothing going. 2nd and 10 from their own 16-yard line coming up. 3:13 on the clock. Scoreless ball game between Northwest and Louisville. Some big games going on around the area. You know, Talmadge taking on Green. Jim, I know a lot to be said about the Talmadge quarterback and even Green. Robbie Klockner coming down, getting some big reps. Bulldogs, they're out to 2-0. It's a 2-0-2-0 matchup.
That's a great matchup. Green just saying, you know what, we're going to throw about 50, 55 times a game. You guys can do what you want, but this is what we're going to do. They plugged in Klockner, and all he's done is picked up where Trevor Van Horn is left off.
Badger into shotgun, turns, fakes the handoff, pivots out. He's looking downfield, fires it to his receiver, complete at the 32-yard line. 1st down pickup out there on the reception. We'll get that young man's number coming off of that camo jersey. Big reception for the Northwest Indians. Jim, that was number 24, Carter McGarrix.
McGarrix, 6'2", 190, another good-looking target to connect with. Badger sets his feet, little play action, froze the linebackers, was able to get an over route from the right slot coming from right to left on the field. Badger settled in nice, stepped up through a nice little noodle throw over top the linebackers for a big completion.
1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line, handoff to Maraglia. He falls forward for a 1-yard gain. He'll make the 34. Clock starts rolling again here after this play. We'll be under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless ball game between the Leopards and the Indians. Shout out to everybody streaming us around the world live on the free iHeart Radio app. TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano. Pleasure to be riding alongside you here on your Friday evening. High school football, week 3. All right, can't believe it. All right, here we go. Big second down, 2nd and 9 from their own 34. Badger sits in the pocket, looks downfield, fires at his receiver, has it complete, but good defense there by the Louisville Leopards. Number 11 in there on the tackle, Clay Chambers, stops him after a 2-yard pickup, a 3rd, and we'll call it medium partner coming up.
Yeah, they ran a smash concept, twins into the boundary, ball in the left hash, outside receiver running a hitch route, inside receiver running a corner. Corner bails, Badger stuck his foot. Receiver doing a nice job working back to the ball partner, a little bit late with that read, and not a lot of room to throw it out there into the boundary. Completion, though, and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 from their own 37. Badger sits in the pocket, gets rid of it quick, complete across the middle. Brought down after a flag by number 6, Braden Hershey. In there on the reception. We'll get that young man's number. He's kind of shaking off the cobwebs there. Number 13. Check that. Is that number 13? That is a number 13. We don't have one of those on the roster, buddy. So a reception for Northwest. We know only one number change here for the evening, and that's the backup quarterback, Austin Wright. He went with number 2. Braden Mick's old number here as they pick jerseys for Military Appreciation Night, and that penalty is going to move Northwest into Louisville territory all the way down to the 37-yard line.
Class move by Austin Wright to wear his buddy's number on a night like tonight.
Roglia working his way through the defense. All the way down inside the 30. He'll be 2 yards shy of the line to gain. Set at the 27. Don't make the 29.
Sorry about that. I mean to cut you off, but I'll tell you what, it's amazing what happens when you get a young quarterback, some completions early, especially some throws that he's made. He hit a nice dig route. He hit a curl route. He's had a hit. Starting to settle in a little bit. Starting to get a feel for the game. You know, when we're talking about Chase Badger, this is only his 2nd start. He did not start the first ball game and ended up coming off the bench and did a great job. Last week was his first start, got it done, but tonight at home, first start.
That was Landon Cross wearing number 13, listed on the roster as 17. You'll get a timeout from Northwest, and while they do that, we will get one as well. You're listening to high school football right here on your home for Stark Media, 99.7 FM, and the free iHeart Radio app.
At CH Vallis Associates, we've been proudly serving the greater Stark County community for over 78 years. Locally owned, we cover your home, auto, business, and life insurance along with your group benefits. Our partnership with auto owners has allowed us to span not only Ohio, but throughout the entire country. Did you know that Auto Owners, an A++ rated company by AM Best and a Fortune 500 company, has ranked CH Vallis Associates a top 10 insurance agency in the state of Ohio? From your basic home and auto needs to insuring some of the largest companies in America, there's a reason people choose CH Vallis Associates and Auto Owners. Our dedication and passion for our clients and their coverage is part of our commitment to excellence. For all your insurance coverage needs, there's only one call to make, and that's CH Vallis Associates, located at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Contact us at 330-494-2776 today and see the difference in customer satisfaction.
Spirit of Stark embodies the pride that each community in our county has for their local schools and teams. That's why when it's time to find the best in custom apparel, look no further than Spirit of Stark, located at 409 Erie Street North. Custom embroidery offered on almost any type of garments, from shirts and jackets to hats, pants, and shorts. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows Spirit of Stark to fulfill any order, big or small. You name it, they can do it. Want to look your best heading back to school this fall? Contact Spirit of Stark at 330-806-6745. We can't wait to hear from you. Back here in Canal Fulton, 1 second remaining here in the first quarter. Kyler Rockley was able to pick up a first down while we were on commercial break. As the officials get it set, they will wave off that final second. And after they get things reset to go into the second quarter, we'll let Jim take over the Leader One Financial Scoreboard. What you got, partner?
Austintown Fitch 7, Glen Oak 6. Alliance goes up 7-0. early. South Range 13, Canton Central Catholic 0. Had a chance to break down that tape from last week with Jack Talkington this morning, Jay, in that Norway game. What a ball game he had. Seems like a little bit emotionally flat after that 36-35 win. We got Hoover, big score, 14-0 over Akron Garfield in the first quarter. As we get more scores coming in, we'll keep you updated. Of course, here it's 0-0, Northwest and Louisville at the end of 1. Northwest is driving, TJ, the most promising drive of the day.
While we have a chance, let's catch up with Mark Milano down on the sidelines. What you got, partner?
This is a really good officiating crew that we have here tonight. They have two guys that are actually filling in for him this evening. Both of these other officials are Division I college officials that are going to be here this evening. So I expect a clean game and a great game called by these officials.
Mark Milano always dialing us in on the officials down there on the sideline. Another scoreboard update for you, partner, brought to you by our friends at Leader One Financial. Jackson Polar Bears bouncing back. They are up 19-0 right now over Boardman.
Without starting quarterback Ethan Lesko.
There you go. Badger hands off to Miraglia. He falls forward for a 3-yard gain. He'll get to the 21-yard line of the Louisville Leopards.
I was talking to some of the Jackson coaches earlier in the week, TJ. Lesko, the starting quarterback for Jackson, going down after a drubbing last week up at Mayfield. Tough rebound. Got to go on the road to Boardman. But so far with Lattarulo inserted at number 1, they brought up Lucas Koch, freshman phenom quarterback, taking second-team reps right now.
Mark Milano always talks about how much Nico Paxos will be missed for the Jackson Polar Bears. Although up 19-0, they have missed 2 extra points. Here you go. Rogli, a handoff, goes right up the middle, right over left tackle. Picks up another 3-yard chunk down into the red zone to the 17-yard line. Big third down coming up for Northwest, as this has been their best drive of the evening. Scoreless ball game here between the Leopards and the Indians, fresh into this second quarter. 11 minutes on the clock. It's rolling. 3rd and 4 from the 16-yard line of Louisville, coming up for Badger and company. Big offensive line up there in front of him. Plotner, West, Barchek, Reynolds, LaFay. See what they have here on 3rd and 4. Motion for Satterfield. Ball's on the ground. Badger's looking for it in the backfield, and he falls on it back at the 27-yard line. So busted play for the Indians. They will drop back to the 26 with 4th down ahead. They'll call it 4th and 13.
Looks like Badger just took his eyes off the ball a little bit, trying to hand it off a little quick, drop the snap. Quick to get back on. The problem is it puts him back way behind the chains at 4th and 13. See if Coach John DeMarco gets a little creative with this play call here to try and get this first down.
See what he's got. 4 down lineman. Check that 3 down lineman for the Louisville Leopards. Badger, he sits in the shotgun. He's looking for the end zone. Puts it up for his receiver. Intercepted by number 32 of the Leopards. He'll have a return. Colt Loy out to the 15, out across to the 16-yard line. They'll give him the 18. So on that 4th down play, Jim, Loy sitting back there waiting. Ball kind of sailed, was a little bit high. All he had to do was just get underneath it. Receiver never had an opportunity.
He was trying to throw a jump ball on a post to Beekler, who was 6'4". They were bracking it inside out. The corner was sitting outside. Safety was waiting for him to come across in the post. It's 4th and 13, TJ. It's one of those things where, you know what, throw it up in the end zone, give him a chance. He had a chance. The safety did a good job of boxing him out and coming down with a pick. However, the ball's at the 16-yard line. It's no worse than a punt. We just got to play good defense here and see if Northwest can get the ball back on a short field.
Davion Cruz barks out the commands and the cadence to the offensive line. He'll have trips left, single receiver to the short side right, going left to right on your radio dial. Hands it off to Essick, falls forward for a 5-yard gain on 1st down, setting up a 2nd and 5 from their own 23. 9:40 on the clock here in the first half, second quarter. Running through it, scoreless ball game here between the Leopards and the Indians. Indians 2-0 on the season after beating Norton and Marlington. 0-2 for the Leopards after the Steubenville game in week 1. And then last week falling 21-10 at home to Poland. Trips left, single receiver short side right again. Another handoff to Essick. He goes over left guard. Nothing cooking. He'll get a 1.5 yards out to the 25-yard line. 3rd and 4. We'll call it 3rd and 3 coming up.
Tackle made by number 54, Jimmy Cunningham.
If you're Louisville, you really got to get a first down here to try and flip this field. They were on the opposite end of this in the first quarter, holding Northwest, pinned back deep, got good field position a few times, see if they can come up big on offense for a first down.
Davion Cruz fires it out to his left, has it to his receiver, number 8. He picks up a first down out across the 30, makes it to his own 35. That was Chase Mueller, the senior, 6'2", 161-pound receiver, giving him a fresh set of downs for the Louisville Leopards.
Northwest stacking the box with a lot of guys in between the tackles, had one-on-one outside, just threw a smoke screen. Corner was blocked really well by the outside receiver. Slot receiver just kind of flared out. They threw it out to him, and away they went. First down, Leopards.
Braden Hershey, Tate Golden, Matt Crosby, they go wide right. Single receiver short side, Mueller left. Cruz, he's going to roll out to the left. He's running, trying to pick up real estate, and he gets it out across his 40. They'll stop him right there at his 40.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
2nd and 6 coming up. 8 minutes on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll have our Spirit of Stark halftime show coming up. We'll get all of those Leader One financial scoreboard updates. We'll get some news. We'll talk more football as we gear things up here in Canal Fulton. Scoreless ball game here between the Leopards and the Indians. Cruz, he's going to fire it out to his left to Mueller, way over his head, Jim. Never looked comfortable. And partner, when I go back to the High School Football Rewind on the Stark Media YouTube channel on Wednesday night, your show with Drew Sarakman, I heard you talking about the foot placement of Davion Cruz. Sometimes it's not there, and that's how you get balls to sail like that, right? Because you just don't have the proper footwork underneath you.
He rolled to his left. Ball's on the left hash. It's tough to, number one, it's tough to sprint into the boundary because you got no room to work with. You got a corner there, an outside linebacker there, and you're half rolling. You're cutting basically a sixth of the field and into a third.
3rd and 6 from their 40. Motion from Mueller from left to right. Cruz, he's going to pitch it to him, and he's going to beat one defender in the backfield. Climbs to the 40, reaches around for the 45. I think they will stop him shy at the 44. Not enough for the first down. Line to gain set at their own 46. So you'll see the punt group come out here now for Louisville. 4th and 1 coming up.
First they ran the option. We talked about this on the show, Coach Sarakman and I, about Davion Cruz having to get downhill to force the end or the pitch man to either take the quarterback or option out. He ran parallel to the line of scrimmage. He pitched it to the back. The outside linebacker was there. He just didn't make the play. Louisville's going to come up a little bit short. If they want some success with that option, TJ, Cruz has got to get downhill into the line of scrimmage.
Oh, fake punt attempt by Louisville Leopards, and they fall forward and get it. Big effort by Davide. Big effort when I tell you they had him roped up behind the line of scrimmage. He fought through it, fought through a neck tackle, a shoulder pad tackle, falls forward for the first down at his own 49-yard line. So a fresh set for Davion Cruz, partner. Big, timely special teams call there by Coach Davis.
Great call. 4th and 1, decided to snap it to the up back. Davide gets it, puts his head down, breaks tackles, and was able to get the first down.
Cruz, he'll be bumped into by Estick in the backfield while he tries to fire out a pass. He gets it complete, and there he goes. Number 17, he's going down the sidelines. Charlie Roberts, house call. And partner, it was almost a broken play. Essick ran into Davion Cruz. Cruz fought through it, gets the ball out to Roberts. Roberts takes the sideline, tight ropes it all the way to the house. 6-0 Leopards with 7:23 on the clock here in the second quarter.
Ran the smoke screen to the outside receiver. Slot receiver went out to block the corner. The corner, golden rule, never let anybody get outside. He gets pinned inside. Down the sideline, number 17 went. And it was Roberts to the house on a good throw, good execution, just a simple screen pass. It was blocked up extremely well by Louisville on the perimeter.
On for the extra point, which is incomplete by Seth Coley, and that will keep it 6-0 with 7:23 remaining here in the first half. We'll step aside and take a break. You're listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week on 99.7 FM and streaming live all over the world on the free iHeart Radio app.
McNeil & Sons Tree Service serves the greater Northeast Ohio area by keeping your property clear all year round. Do you have trees that have stretched too close to your home? A rotted tree that has to go? Or perhaps even storm damage? No job is too big or small for McNeil & Sons. We specialize in large tree removal, storm damage, stump grinding, land clearing, and more. McNeil & Sons Tree Service is fully licensed and insured, so contact us today at 330-606-1126 for all your tree care needs. Or visit us online at mcneiltree.com to schedule your free quote. The professionals at McNeil & Sons can inform you of your tree health and give you a risk assessment to keep your family protected. So call today, 330-606-1126. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, a company you can depend on with family you can trust.
Back here in Smiling Stadium, TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, and Mark Milano down on the sidelines. Let's check in with him right after this kickoff by the Louisville Leopards. 7:23 on the clock here at Canal Fulton. Second quarter, 6-0 lead for the Louisville Leopards. Return for the Indians at the 15, out to the 20, to the 25-yard line where they will be brought down. They'll give him an extra yard. Ball at 2, out to the 27. Mark Milano, what do you got, partner?
I had a chance to catch up with Coach DeMarco before the game tonight. We talked a little about last week's game, and his main concern really was what they were going to wind up doing with special teams. They gave up 14 points last week with special teams, 7 points the week before. They opened up their game the week before. One team kicked off, ran it back for a touchdown. They kicked off, ran it back for a touchdown. He said that was the first time he'd ever seen that happen before. So without a doubt, they worked on special teams all this week. Going to make some changes in that lineup that they have over there, see if they can try to offset some of those big plays.
All right, Mark Milano, appreciate you checking in with us down on the partner sideline. We'll catch up with you all evening here as Badger fires it out to his left. He gets it into his receiver, McGarrix. He's going to get the 30, climbs to the 35, tries to beat number 32 on the defense, Colton Loy, who had the interception earlier. Loy makes the tackle, not before McGarrix picks up a first down. Fresh set here for the offense, Jim. Northwest will be set up shop at their own 38-yard line. 1st and 10. Clock starts rolling. We're under 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 6-0 lead for the Louisville Leopards.
First half flying by, partner. I love the play call by Coach DeMarco, throwing on first down, just giving him a layup. An easy throw was a smoke screen to the outside, which Louisville ran. Northwest doing a nice job blocking it up. Same thing. Corner let the guy get down the sideline. Big play.
Going right, left on your radio dial. Single receiver right, 2 receivers left. Maraglia gets the carry, goes between left guard and tackle. He'll get it to his 40-yard line before he's brought down by Davide. Well, partner, I must be on the headset with Coach DeMarco. You know, he knows that I got to get down to Columbus Town, old Columbus Town, for that 20-year reunion for the national championship team. I was a freshman there in 2002. Mike Doss has kind of rallied the troops. Coach Tressel's in town. We're going to meet up with the guys tonight later. I'm thinking I'll pull in town about 12:30. And then tomorrow, just obviously a long day. A big deal for us with tailgating, all that, but game's not till 7:30. So
you better pace yourself
tomorrow,
pace, bro. Marathon, not the sprint, bro.
Badger,
marathon.
Pace yourself. Nope, he's chucking it. Got an interference, trying to get into his receiver. Landon Cross, sporting number 13 here tonight on the defense. Number 8, Chase Mueller, got there a little bit early, partner, as he tried to fit the ball in. Badger to Cross at about the 47-yard line. Mueller gets there early. Going to be a fresh set coming up here for the Indians.
Northwest play action quite a bit with Maraglia because they've had success with the run, which gives it a nice one-on-one on the outside. Badger throwing it on time on that comeback. But as number 8, as you said, Chase Mueller got there a little bit quick, had a hold of that jersey. And the referee right on time, right on the spot, throwing that flag. Good call and an automatic first down for Northwest. Got a little something going to try and even this score up.
That'll put the Indians in Leopard territory at the 45-yard line, and some movement across the offensive line. Looks like number 75, Logan West, the left tackle, got started a little bit early. That'll push him back to the 50. First down and 15 to go, 5:57 on the clock, 6-0 lead for the Louisville Leopards. Remember, halftime show coming up, Spirit of Stark halftime show. Always check in with our friends at Spirit of Stark. And it's new home at 409 Erie Street North. They can fill any order, big or small, with their state-of-the-art equipment. They also offer custom embroidery. Call them at 330-806-6745. Tell them the 1372 show sent you. Tell them Stark Media sent you. Maybe you'll get a discount. Here we go. Badger. It's in the shotgun. Pump fake. Firing it deep. Looking for Cross. He's got him, but just a little far over his outstretched hands. Was looking for him down at the 20-yard line. About a yard or two. Too far, Jim, but had him open. Landon Cross, we've seen right now in this ball game. Number 13 has become a weapon, and he can be dangerous here as we look through the end of this ball game.
He's wearing 13, of course. But they went back. The ball was on the left hash. They had 6. They got the interference call on Mueller a couple plays ago. So what do? They decide to dial it back up, and he gives him that little stutter and go right about 10 yards. He got behind him. Safety wasn't in the play. All Badger had to do was just get a little bit more air underneath it, and it would have been a touchdown. Great route, just not executed.
2nd and 15 from the 50-yard line. Handoff Miraglia. He's going to get to the 49-yard line, so he falls and pushes the offense back in to Leopard territory. Davide in there on the tackle. Also a little bit of an assist from Charlie Roberts. So we've seen number 9 and number 17 flex their muscle so far in this ball game. Charlie Roberts, he's coming off the back of a 51-yard touchdown reception on the previous offensive series for the Leopards. Going both ways, popping back out there here now as Northwest will be faced with a 3rd and 14 from Louisville's 49. 5:15 on the clock here in the second quarter. Badger fires it downfield, incomplete as Mueller was on the coverage. Also in there, number 11, Clay Chambers. And again, they were trying to fit it in to the receiver, number 3, Noah Harper. Big frame for Noah Harper, 6'2", 200-pounder. Just a little bit high on that ball, Jim, throwing it in as there was 2 guys covering him there. For the Indians, as you mentioned, had a little drive going there. Hard to see that thing stall here now at midfield as they're faced with a 4th and 14. 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. As Badger is going to punt it away. He gets it down to the Louisville Leopard 22-yard line where he'll have a fair catch.
Sophomore just needs to make some plays. Louisville doing a good job of stacking the box, trying to take Miraglia out of the game, forcing the young sophomore to make some plays on the edge. He's had opportunities, Teach. He had that stutter and go on the comeback for a touchdown that he just overthrew a little bit, and then came back and ran a square in, had him underneath the safety. Badger, just when he stepped to throw, TJ, he just locked that front knee just a little bit, causing that elbow to go down and the nose of the ball to sail just a little bit. Really got to make sure throwing the ball over the middle you don't miss high. Got to protect the receivers and also have safes back there. But one of those throws where when you step, just got to put that front knee and keep the nose down.
Cruz 1st and 10 from his 22-yard line, leading 6-0. Hands off to S. Check that, Essick. He gets the carry, falls forward, picks up a nice chunk. He'll get 5 yards. And 5 coming up. We're under 5 to go now here in the first half. While we have a moment, we want to thank all of our sponsors who make tonight's broadcast on 99.7 FM and the free iHeartRadio app possible. It's all possible by our friends at CH Vallis Associates, Kishman's Fresh Market, Simon Says Promotions, McNeil & Sons Tree Service, Spirit of Stark, Leathernecks, Nation MC, and FinalHeroHigh.com. Another handoff from Davion Cruz into the hands of Andrew Essick as he falls forward for a 2-yard pickup. He'll get it out to his own 30-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 3.
4:20 left in the first half, TJ. This first half is motoring through.
Got to get to Columbus, partner. 6-0 lead for the Leopards. They're going to look to try and tack one on here before the end of this first half. They can get a drive established. We'll see if they can pick up this 3rd and 4. Here we go. Fired pass out from Cruz to his receiver number 2 who picks it up. And that's Brandon Jackson getting the corner, partner. He gets it, climbs up to the 33-yard line where they move the sticks and a fresh set of downs for the Leopards.
2 high safeties, TJ, and you got a corner that's either playing cover 2 or cover 4. The bottom line is this. Whatever coverage you're playing, you never let a guy out to you. This is the second time this has happened. The receiver ended up running a bubble. They threw it out. The outside receiver blocked the corner inside and allowed the inside slot receiver to get down the sideline for a first down. You got to stay outside leverage and turn it back into the safety and the linebacker.
Cruz hands off to Essick again. He flows up through the left guard, left tackle, bowling down with a head of steam into Indian territory across the 50 down to the 44-yard line. Moving the sticks again as the big offensive line gets it rolling for the senior Andrew Essick, captain on this offense. And they get right back up the line of scrimmage, and you will have a timeout by Northwest. And that's going to leave them with 1 remaining here in the first half. Clock stops with 3:44 remaining, and we will step aside and take a break. You're listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week right here on 99.7 FM and streaming live all over the world on the free iHeart Radio app.
Spirit of Stark embodies the pride that each community in our county has for their local schools and teams. That's why when it's time to find the best in custom apparel, look no further than Spirit of Stark, located at 409 Erie Street North. Custom embroidery offered on almost any type of garments, from shirts and jackets to hats, pants, and shorts. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows Spirit of Stark to fulfill any order, big or small. You name it, they can do it. Want to look your best heading back to school this fall? Contact Spirit of Stark at 330-806-6745. We can't wait to hear from you.
Welcome back into Smilex Stadium here on high school football, 99.7 FM and streaming live all over the world on the free iHeart Radio app. We have a Leader One financial scoreboard update for you. 26-7 Jackson leading Boardman with 10 minutes remaining in the first half there. Here at 6-0 Louisville, they're going to be set up shop 1st and 10 in Indian territory at their 44-yard line. We'll see what Davion Cruz has in store for the Northwest defense, as he has a single receiver short side left, trips to the wide side right, hands off to Essick. He goes between left guard and left tackle again, where he found his bread and butter on the last carry. Nothing cooking there as he gets back to the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a 1-yard gain. Clock starts rolling again. 3:30, 3:29 here on the clock in the second quarter. It's rolling. Spirit of Stark halftime show will be coming up. We know the lone Leathernecks Nation MC injury report we'll give to you after this play here. Another pass out to the receiver, number 2, Jackson. Going on the short side there, 2nd and 9. We'll pick up 3 yards. Make it a 3rd and 7 in Indian territory. Cruz looks over to his sideline, gets the play call. Mueller's going to go receiver short side left. Inside of him will be Jackson. Number 5, Golden, and Braden Hershey will go wide to the right. Your tailback, Andrew Essick. He climbs up just a little bit, feet set at the Northwest 46. Pump and go for Davion Cruz, but a flag comes out, and that'll go to Louisville.
They moved a little bit quick, got a little excited. It's going to push it back to 3rd and I believe 11. Davion Cruz having himself a pretty good half. TJ, I haven't seen the official stats, but he's been very efficient, but throwing the seam as well, and just long handoffs in this offense. At least they're getting the ball on the perimeter and getting different guys involved, as opposed to just trying to line up, run the option. With a little creativity in tonight's offense for the Louisville Leopards.
3rd and 12 coming up from the Northwest 46-yard line. 3 minutes, 8's on the clock. 6-0 lead for Louisville. Firing incomplete across the middle, looking for Mueller. Was Cruz, and incomplete. A 4th and long coming up for Louisville, and that drive will stall, and they will have to punt it away.
It went into the boundary once again. Ball on the lash. One slant by the outside receiver, bubble by the inside. Good read by Cruz, wide open. Had it right in his hands, hit him in between the numbers, and Mueller not able to make the catch. Had a chance to catch it and get up the field, at least to set up a 4th and short, which will allow them to go for it on 4th.
Punter lets it rip from zone 44-yard line. Nicky gets underneath it. He's at the 30. Check that. Makes it just shy of the 30. They'll give him the zone 29-yard line where he's brought down. They'll give him the 28. 1st and 10 coming up for Chase Badger and company. Scoreboard update for you, brought to you by our friends at Leader One Financial. Mentioned Jackson up 26-7 over Boardman. 21-6 lead for Hoover over Garfield, and Worcester up 14-0 over New Philly. Military Appreciation Night here in Canal Fulton.
Stay with that scoreboard. Thanks to Leader One once again. Jack Hawkinson has Canton Central Catholic on the board. 62-yard touchdown pass from Talkington to Jack Hopkins for a tutty. Canton Central Catholic now trailing a very good South Range team 20-7.
Badger in the pocket, fires at his receiver cross. He gets to the 30, out across the 31-yard line, goes down awkwardly, but it looks like he's going to pop up. Got that leg tangled. Leg was tangled underneath him.
Need a little sense of urgency, TJ. We got about 2:40 rolling on the clock. Problem for Northwest, they only have one timeout. You got a sophomore quarterback in his second start. Got to be maybe a little bit careful right here before half. Louisville will get the ball to start the second half since Northwest did win the toss and elected to receive it.
Still have 3 timeouts remaining for Coach Troy Davis. Defense out on the field with a 2nd and 7 facing the offense for Northwest. Quick pass out and jumping on the route was Mueller. Incomplete looking again for cross was Badger. And a 3rd and 8 comes up now for Northwest with 2:14 remaining here in the first half from their own 31-yard line, trailing 6-0. Right here, partner. It's a big 3rd down situation for a sophomore quarterback. Want to see what he has right here.
Just a bad read by Badger. You had a single receiver into the boundary. The ball's on the left hash, TJ. Since there's only one receiver, you got the corner sitting over the top. You got a safety sitting inside, and you got number 18 for Louisville that's able to buzz the flat, was able to get under it. That was Morley. When you got a single receiver into the boundary, TJ, you got to go to the field because there's nobody to hold that outside backer safety.
Badger, handoff. Maraglia, nothing cooking, gets across the line of scrimmage, picks up 2 yards. He's going to be 4 yards shy of the first down marker. Line to gain set at their own 38-yard line, and Louisville will burn a timeout. 2:08 remaining here in the first half, 6-0 lead for the Leopards. And as we just mentioned, Jim, with a 4th down coming up for Northwest, timely timeout for Louisville. They'll have 2 remaining, and if they can get a decent return here, I guess you start to look at what you can do with Davion Cruz in the offense. We know that they've already had a 51-yard reception. So we'll see what they decide to open up with here, barring nothing crazy here on this special teams play. Badger, your punter for Northwest.
Lots of fun for the entire family. The main event is at 7 p.m. with the induction ceremony for all.
Louisville's defense showing up big again, T. It's all on film.
We that coming into this game.
They fly around.
That was the key point for this team.
It's always been like that with the Louisville team. They hit, they're fundamentally sound, and they play hard.
Badger lets a good punt go, and it will be fielded cleanly. Fair catch for number 2, Brandon Jackson, at his own 40-yard line. So with 2:02 remaining here in the first half, up 6-0. Davion Cruz will lead the offense out onto the field. As I just mentioned, 2 timeouts remaining. We will see how they manage the clock. Big fellas coming out, trotting out there. Big number 77, right guard, Trevor Eschler, Nate Curry, Caden McKimmey, Cameron Atwell, and Jake Shamo across that offensive line. Trips to the wide side left for Cruz. That's where he's looking, over the head and hands of number 5, Tate Golden. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up from their own 40. $1:58 remaining here in the first half.
Again, sprinting out to his left, steps straight behind him with his first steps. Doesn't allow him to get his hips and shoulders around, TJ. As he flipped that hip around to try and throw a deep out, he was off balance, ended up falling off to the sideline, pushed it outside. It's one of those things, you got to get your shoulders downhill. If it was an imaginary clock, you got to get that right ankle and that left shoulder at 10 o'clock. Right there, he's fallen to the sideline, arm slot dropped, sailed it out of bounds. Fundamentals, got to fix it.
Trips wide left again. That's where he'll look. Cruz fires it out again. Golden. He's going to get across the 45, out to the 50, into Northwest territory. Picks up a first down. So Tate Golden, the junior wide receiver, picks up a full head of steam. Partner climbs the rail, sets up a 1st and 10.
Just a screen pass that Northwest just isn't covering and executing defensively. If you're the corner, again, I've been saying it all night, you got to turn that guy back inside to let the linebacker and safety clean it up.
From the left hash, option, Cruz, he climbs it. He's going to go there. He's at the 25. Check that 35 inside to the 31-yard line of the Indians. And partner, that's how you run it right there. We broke it down earlier this week. Cruz must have got the memo.
Cruz took 2 steps back and immediately got downhill towards that end. The end widened. He was able to cut that right up, attack the line of scrimmage, 10-yard gain. Nice read by Cruz, well executed.
1st and 10 from the Indian 31-yard line, back to the same play. This time he pitches it to Essick. He's going to climb inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. And when it's all said and done, they'll give him the 25. 2nd down coming up after this play's called, lined up, ran, and snapped. We're under a minute to go here in the second quarter. Spirit of Stark halftime show coming up after this. 6-0 lead for the Leopards. Looking to tack one on here. 2nd and 5. Rolling downhill. Trip set to the short side left. That's where he's looking. Fires it to his receiver, Mueller, and it's complete. Inside the red zone, inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. Check it, they'll give him the 17 with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. He gets out of bounds and sets up another 1st and 10 for the Leopard offense.
Good throw by Cruz. Twins into the boundary. Outside receiver running the corner off of the go route. Slot receiver running a 5-yard out. Cruz sticks his foot in the ground. Throws it accurately. Receiver able to catch the ball and get out of bounds to save Louisville from a timeout. Coach is getting a little hype for Louisville. Up 6-0 driving. Got 46 seconds left and a couple timeouts left, TJ. Northwest got to dig down a little bit and get the stop before half. The last thing that they want to happen is to allow this Leopards team to score before half, get that momentum, build on that 6-0 lead, then turn around and get the ball to start the second half. Need a stop here if you're the Indians.
Final timeout burned by the Indians. Let's check in with our partner, Mark Milano, down on the sidelines. What you got, partner?
You know, I'd made mention of special teams for the Northwest Indians, and so far this evening, they've punted several times, and I'm telling you right now, that snap coming back to that punter is so slow. Watch out here with 2:08 left in the second quarter. I think Louisville's going to come out, and they're going to try to go after this one and maybe get a block and pick up a quick 6.
Your Leathernecks Nation MC injury update. We knew, partner, coming into this ball game last week against Poland, Louisville had lost defensive lineman Shane Gates, big number 72, a 270-pounder. When he went out of that ball game, it completely changed the complexion against Poland. They were inputting a 185-pounder, didn't work. It's working here tonight as Essick gets the carry, stuffed at the line of scrimmage and dropped right back at the line of scrimmage. 17-yard line. Clock starts rolling here. 36, 35, 34. It's rolling. 6-0 lead for the Leopards. Single receiver Mueller to the short side left. Davide's inserted himself into the ball game. He will be stacked behind Essick. Cruz gets the snap. Hands off Essick again. There he goes. Make it to the 10. Looking for the 5. Gets stopped shy at the 8-yard line. And the Leopards will burn a timeout with 12 seconds remaining here in the first half as they will be set up shop. First down. Check that. We'll get 2nd down. 2 to go.
Like the play call, knowing that you have a couple timeouts left, TJ. It's one of those things in high school where if you do get a first down, the clock does stop until the chains move. As a quarterback, you got to find that field judge, make sure he winds it, and then you're ready to snap that ball. But Louisville doing a great job of working the clock and the timeouts, understanding the where, what, and how, where am I at on the field, what's the down and distance, how much time and timeouts do I have left, executing it perfectly. Still have 1 timeout left if they do get caught short on this play.
We'll reset that for you. That's a 3rd and 1 coming up right now for the Louisville Leopards with 12 seconds remaining here in the first half. Up 6-0. They'll send 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Cruz gets the ball. He's rolling out to his left, firing for the end zone. Incomplete over the head of Mueller. And 8 seconds remain now, and a 4th and 1 from the 8-yard line ahead here for the Leopards.
Again, rolling to his left, not able to get his hips and shoulders around. Arm slot dropping, TJ. You just got to work on flipping that hip, sticking that right foot in the ground, and driving downhill. Again, on the imaginary clock at 10. Cruz stepping straight back, taking extra steps, causing him to deliver the ball later than he needs to. Just got to step 45, flip the hips, and drive it downhill.
27-yard field goal attempt coming up for Seth Coley. He'll be kicking it from right inside of his left hash. Up 6-0, looking to make it 9.
Ooh, is Louisville icing their own kicker? Calling that last time out?
Timeout, Louisville.
Did miss that last extra point, TJ. I think this kid's a little bit nervous, lining up for a 25-yard field goal, it looks like. Ball on the 8-yard line, middle of the field.
Kind of offset middle, right between that and the left hash. So a little bit of movement on it, partner. You know how to dial in that sand wedge, right?
You know, that's for me. I'd like to see it a little bit off center to the right. I can play that draw, aim it at that right upright, and kind of play it around with a little top heavy with that right hand.
All right, they break the huddle coming out of the timeout. All timeouts have been burned now for both squads as we are 8 seconds away from the Spirit of Stark halftime show. Your holder It'll be Charlie Roberts. Scored the lone touchdown earlier in the second quarter. 7:23 on the clock. Had a 51-yard TD reception. Here we go. Coley. It's up. And it's good. So he corrected it, partner. Missed that extra point. He puts it through the uprights. 25-yard field goal.
That's big points, man. For if you're Louisville and you put points on the board, I mean, you've already got 9 points, which for the first 2 games only had 10 combined. It's a good first half, especially when your defense is flying around pitching a shutout on this young Northwest offense. Got something to build on up your Leopards going into halftime. Excited about what you're coming up to do in the second half. Got that momentum, and you do get the ball to start this second half and build on what you've done in the first. Davion Cruz playing himself a nice half. Just missing too many throws. There's more opportunities for plays to be made, partner. It's not like they're calling plays where guys aren't open or have a chance for success. The same thing for Northwest. We just got to hit more passes by both quarterbacks, and we'll see some more points on the board. I like what both teams are doing offensively. They're getting creative, getting guys in open spaces. Just simply have to execute it when it's there.
9-0 lead after the sophomore Seth Coley bangs down a 25-yard field goal for the Leopards. 3 seconds remaining as Louisville gets set to kick off. We'll get some scoreboard updates during the Spirit of Stark halftime show, brought to you by Leader One Financial. Squib kick will be fielded at the 25 by the ends of the 30, and bobbing and weaving, I believe that's Landon Cross. Check that number 4. And down, that was Cross on the return, and that's going to bring an end to the first half. Louisville Leopards up 9-0 over the Northwest Indians here inside of Smilik Stadium. We will step aside and take a break. We'll catch some news. We'll come back here. We'll update you on some stats. Leader One Financial Scoreboard. Got a special guest joining us here in the booth. And we will get some more football action. Somebody that's probably a little bit excited about the Leopards up 9-0 over the Indians. All right, Brody Han will be coming up. Here we go. Step aside. Spirit of Stark halftime show coming up. You're listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week on 99.7 FM and streaming live all over the world. Radio app.
McNeil & Sons Tree Service serves the greater Northeast Ohio area by keeping your property clear all year round. Do you have trees that have stretched too close to your home? A rotted tree that has to go? Or perhaps even storm damage? No job is too big or small for McNeil & Sons. We specialize in large tree removal, storm damage, stump grinding, land clearing, and more. McNeil & Sons Tree Service is fully licensed and insured, so contact us today at 330-606-1126 for all your tree care needs. Or visit us online at mcneiltree.com to schedule your free quote. The professionals at McNeil & Sons can inform you of your tree health and give you a risk assessment to keep your family protected. So call today, 330-606-1126. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, a company you can depend on with family you can trust.
Spirit of Stark embodies the pride that each community in our county has for their local schools and teams. That's why when it's time to find the best in custom apparel, look no further than Spirit of Stark, located at 409 Erie Street North. Custom embroidery offered on almost any type of garments, from shirts and jackets to hats, pants, and shorts. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows Spirit of Stark to fulfill any order, big or small. You name it, they can do it. Want to look your best heading back to school this fall? Contact Spirit of Stark at 330-806-6745. We can't wait to hear from you.
This is the Spirit of Stark halftime show on the Stark Media High School Football Game of the Week.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best Sports Program in the Country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Beck's Hybrids. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tonight in High School Football's halftime reports here on the Ohio News Network. As we love to do from time to time, we'll visit various parts of the state and talk some high school football in that that area. Tonight we'll hit the southeast corner and chat with Chris Worf, who's done games forever on our Marietta and McConnellsville stations. Chris joins us next on the Ohio News Network.
I'm Scott Demaro, president of the Ohio Education Association, and on behalf of the OEA's 120,000 members, we're proud to bring you tonight's game. OEA members teach in Ohio's public schools and universities. We drive your kids' buses and serve them lunch. We're school nurses, custodians, librarians, and more. And we coach your kids on the field. We believe in great public schools for every student, and we believe our team is always stronger when we stand together, just as we have for 175 years.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Becks, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Becks, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
This is WHOF FM HD2 North Canton and W259 BW Canton. From the Flynn's Tire and Auto Service Studio. Right tire, right price, right now. Flynn's Tire.
Chris McCready's and his team at Finally Hear Hearing Aid Center in Canton offer up over 30 years of experience for their customers who are hearing impaired. Head over to their website at finallyhearohio.com and schedule your free hearing aid test and evaluation today. They're a best of the best award-winning company that prides themselves on customer service. Stop down and see them at 1201 30th Street Northwest or contact them at 492-1212 for an appointment. And thank you for sponsoring Stark Media's finallyhearohio.com Player of the Game.
The entrepreneurial spirit runs strong at Simon Says Promotions. That's why if you've seen us everywhere in downtown Massillon, it's because we're growing. Stop in and see our guys at Spirit of Stark on 409 Erie Street North. If you're in the spirit for that new look, head over to Studio Vibes and tell Allie the Stark Media team sent you. We've rebranded the old checkered flag building at 256 Erie Street South as Simon Says HQ, featuring Copeland Paints, Brooklyn Rio Boudoir, Cherry on Top Logistics, Studio Vibes, and we are adding new tenants monthly. Speaking of new, have you seen what's coming out of the vault at the new Tiger store at 59 Lincoln Way East? New game day prints dropping weekly with new store hours. Trust me, they can't wait to see you. Check us out on social media and find out what's new, or for occupancy and employment inquiries, email simonsayspromotions@gmail.com today.
Nobody wants to imagine the heartbreak of losing a pet, but when the time inevitably comes, Eternal Paws will be there for you. We're here for you in your time of loss. We work directly for you and provide private cremation services. However you choose to remember your loving pet, we have many memorial options: custom urns and jewelry, clay and ink paw prints, engravings, and more. Eternal Paws Pet Cremation Service. We're here for you when you need to be there for them.
At CH Vallis Associates, we've been proudly serving the greater Stark County community for over 78 years. Locally owned, we cover your home, auto, business, and life insurance along with your group benefits. Our partnership with auto owners has allowed us to span not only Ohio, but throughout the entire country. Did you know that Auto Owners, an A++ rated company by AM Best and a Fortune 500 company, has ranked CH Vallis Associates a top 10 insurance agency in the state of Ohio? From your basic home and auto needs to insuring some of the largest companies in America, there's a reason people choose CH Vallis Associates and Auto Owners. Our dedication and passion for our clients and their coverage is part of our commitment to excellence. For all your insurance coverage needs, there's only one call to make, and that's CH Vallis Associates, located at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Contact us at 330-494-2776 today and see the difference in customer satisfaction.
McNeil & Sons Tree Service serves the greater Northeast Ohio area by keeping your property clear all year round. Do you have trees that have stretched too close to your home? A rotted tree that has to go? Or perhaps even storm damage? No job is too big or small for McNeil & Sons. We specialize in large tree removal, storm damage, stump grinding, land clearing, and more. McNeil & Sons Tree Service is fully licensed and insured, so contact us today at 330-606-1126 for all your tree care needs, or visit us online at mcneiltree.com to schedule your free quote. The professionals at McNeil & Sons can inform you of your tree health and give you a risk assessment to keep your family protected. So call today, 330-606-1126. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, a company you can depend on with family you can trust.
This is Tonight in High School Football on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
We are presented by Beck's Hybrids. At Beck's, they are and will remain farmers at heart. And welcome back, everyone. We're joined at halftime this evening by Chris Worf, who has covered high school football in Southeast Ohio for years on our Marietta and McConnellsville affiliates as we talk a little high school football in that part of the state. And, Worfy, I love getting the picture painted of what football Friday nights are like in different areas of Ohio. Tell us about the passion over there in your corner of the world.
Well, the greatest thing about it, there's no question that the greatest thing is that the crowd participation, the fan base, doesn't matter if a team's 0-10, projected to go 0-10, or they're going to be 10-0. You get the same thing each and every week, and that is just the reason, a fanatic. You sit there and you talk about it. They are just all over the place, and it's phenomenal down here in southeastern Ohio. People live for football Friday nights.
Well, let me ask you about a couple of teams to keep an eye out from over there. Let's begin with Fort Fry in D6, who's off to another nice start to the season. Big win at Bel Air last Saturday, a place I know that's not fond of losing, especially at home.
Yeah, 62-26. They started the season with a big Division II win, like you mentioned, they're Division VI. But they've been in the regional final 3 of the last 4 years. And also, lost in the state semis 2 of the last 4 years. So they're on the same kind of path, now getting recognized statewide. Last year they played Lima Central Catholic, St. Henry. They played them during the regular season. So when you look at a Kirtland and a Coldwater and these powerhouses, Fort Fry is starting to get mentioned in that same breath.
Chris, Division IV, tell us about Morgan, another team off to a nice start at 2-0.
Morgan have had tough times, especially over the last 20 years. Now they've got a nice young coach, former player, Chase Bowman. He's finally gotten some senior lettermen and a schedule that may be a little bit favorable at the beginning, but I think they can make some noise this year. It's kind of a special year. It's the last season they'll play at their storied football field as they're building a new one at the high school. Everybody has kind of bought into it, and it feels like something really special could happen.
Another team to pay attention to in Division 7 is Waterford. I know off to a 1-1 start.
Yeah, Waterford ran into a buzzsaw last week. They got beat by a Williamstown, West Virginia team that lost in the state finals last year. And as a matter of fact, that Williamstown team comes across the river. They play Fort Fry as well in Week 10. But Waterford having to replace their top 3 players from last year. They were all 4-year lettermen. And they're still searching a little bit. New quarterback, new tailback, some changes defensively. But I see down the road them ending up winning 6-7 games and making maybe a playoff run where they might win 2 games.
Chris, you referenced the facility upgrades at Morgan. I know many schools have made upgrades over the years, but boy, prior to that, many weren't really conducive for radio broadcast. You've been doing this forever. Tell us about some of the most challenging locations you've done games from over the years.
The first thing before I get to challenging, I just want to send a thank you out to all athletic directors. And, of course, the longer you do this, the better you get treated.
Yes.
And hopefully the better you treat the people that you're working with as well. But you want to go tough. I went to John Glenn opening week, and a great facility if you're a player. Very small press box. They set me up 2 seats in the bleachers in the middle of the Fort Fry crowd, which is like going to a Beatles concert in 1966. I mean, these people are rabid. So I looked across the way, and I saw a softball field with a small press box. It was only elevated maybe 1 story, but my partner and I went over. We got permission to get in there. We were by ourselves. We popped the thing open, and from about 180 feet did the ball game through a little wired backstop, and that was week 1 this year. Believe me, there's some other ones that you could well tell your own stories, but that's the way I started the season this year.
All the things people never know. Chris Worf, legendary broadcaster from our Marietta and McConnellsville affiliates. Thanks for talking some Southeast Ohio high school football with us this evening, okay?
Hey, appreciate your time, too.
And we'll be right back on the Ohio News Network.
Beck's recognizes this week's Player with Heart. Maura K. Joyacey for her commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
It's a really busy schedule because this is my last year, my senior year, and my main focus is cross country and track because I'm trying to make it a state.
Joyacey plays 2 sports in the fall, soccer and cross country, and she's also president of the FFA.
We go to this place called La Terza and we roast and brew coffee there, and it's coffee from all over the world. So I mostly like to go there to brew coffee for my country.
Agriculture is something she grew up with in her native Rwanda.
Agriculture is a big part of my childhood. I grew up surrounded by small farms that were started by my family. So agriculture, like when I'm involved in agriculture at school, it's like a replay of my childhood.
At Beck's, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
Spirit of Stark embodies the pride that each community in our county has for their local schools and teams. That's why when it's time to find the best in custom apparel, look no further than Spirit of Stark, located at 409 Erie Street North. Custom embroidery offered on almost any type of garments, from shirts and jackets to hats, pants, and shorts. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows Spirit of Stark to fulfill any order, big or small. You name it, they can do it. Want to look your best heading back to school this fall? Contact Spirit of Stark at 330-806-6745. We can't wait to hear from you.
Chris McCready's and his team at Finally Hear Hearing Aid Center in Canton offer up over 30 years of experience for their customers who are hearing impaired. Head over to their website at finallyhearohio.com and schedule your free hearing aid test and evaluation today. They're a best of the best award-winning company that prides themselves on customer service. Stop down and see them at 1201 30th Street Northwest or contact them at 492-1212 for an appointment. And thank you for sponsoring Stark Media's finallyhearohio.com Player of the Game.
The entrepreneurial spirit runs strong at Simon Says Promotions. That's why if you've seen us everywhere in downtown Massillon, it's because we're growing. Stop in and see our guys at Spirit of Stark on 409 Erie Street North. If you're in the spirit for that new look, head over to Studio Vibes and tell Allie the Stark Media team sent you. We've rebranded the old checkered flag building at 256 Erie Street South as Simon Says HQ, featuring Copeland Paints, Brooklyn Rio Boudoir, Cherry on Top Logistics, Studio Vibes, and we are adding new tenants monthly. Speaking of new, have you seen what's coming out of the vault at the new Tiger Store at 59 Lincoln Way East? New game day prints dropping weekly with new store hours. Trust me, they can't wait to see you. Check us out on social media and find out what's new, or for occupancy and employment inquiries, email simonsayspromotions@gmail.com today.
Nobody wants to imagine the heartbreak of losing a pet, but when the time inevitably comes, Eternal Paws will be there for you. We're here for you in your time of loss. We work directly for you and provide private cremation services. However you choose to remember your loving pet, we have many memorial options: custom urns and jewelry, clay and ink paw prints, engravings, and more. Eternal Paws Pet Cremation Service. We're here for you when you need to be there for them.
This is ONN.
All right, thanks once again to Chris Worf for talking a little Southeast Ohio high school football with us this evening. Enjoy the second half of your ball game. I'm Skip Mossick on the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football, presented by Beck's Hybrids from the Ohio News Network.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Chuck Severson. There's a life-threatening situation in Northern California where a wildfire has exploded to over 900 acres in just an hour. 5,000 people from surrounding communities have been told to leave immediately.
The flames moving through the town of Weed, California. The fire started at a wood processing mill, and then in 35-mile-an-hour wind gusts went pushing through neighborhoods. The initial report in from firefighters on the ground in the remote area, an ominous scene.
I see multiple homes on fire in Lincoln Heights. There's approximately 200 homes in the line of the fire's direction.
That audio from Broadcastify. Firefighters reporting the flames are moving toward neighborhoods. Ambulances requested. A large plume of smoke up in the air. Alex Stone, ABC News.
It's the Great American Getaway this Labor Day weekend. Experts say this year's numbers could return to pre-pandemic levels. Some drivers in the Northeast got an early start.
We're going to stop somewhere after we get 8-10 hours out of the way, sleep, and then finish and get there tomorrow morning.
13 million expected to fly. At the White House, President Biden holding a meeting with civil rights leaders, including Melanie Campbell, head of the National Coalition of Black Civic Participation. She asked the president to safeguard black voters in the midterm election.
Use all their power through the administration, especially the Department of Justice, to make sure that they are protecting voters in this election.
Issues also included voting rights, economics, and criminal justice. A federal judge has unsealed a more detailed inventory of what the FBI seized in the search of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate last month. It shows some classified or top-secret material was intermingled with items like newspaper clippings, photos, and books. The reason the Army grounded 400 of its Chinook helicopters is because parts had been mislabeled and maintenance crews placed the wrong parts on some helicopter engines. This is ABC News.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible sale prices from General Steel. That's right, start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 877-25-STEEL to see how General Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs and save you a ton of money. Call 877-25-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 877-25-STEEL now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building, fast and easy. Call 877-25-STEEL. That's 877-257-8335. 877-25-STEEL.
If everything goes as planned, NASA's Artemis moon mission will launch tomorrow afternoon. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson saying he's more confident going into this launch attempt than Monday's try, which was called off over a bad sensor and fuel leak. 2 toy stores at the Houston Galleria are not playing around.
For several years, Toys R Us and a store called Toys with a Z peacefully coexisted at the Galleria.
We were right downstairs with the same malls. Nobody ever came to us. Nothing like this ever happened.
Muhammad Afzal's family owns Toys, and after Toys R Us declared bankruptcy, the company that bought it sent a letter claiming copyright infringement.
We were very surprised because the Toys logo looks nothing like the Toys R Us logo.
Afzal family attorney Lema Barassi is fighting the claim in federal court.
ABC's Jim Ryan. Nissan says it's aggressively pushing electric vehicles in order to take advantage of a new U.S. law that gives buyers up to $7,500 in tax credits. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
This is the Spirit of Stark halftime show on the Stark Media High School Football Game of the Week.
All right, welcome back into Canal Fulton here on 99.7 FM and streaming live all over the world on the free iHeart Radio app. 9-0 lead for the Louisville Leopards over the Northwest Indians. About 5 minutes before we get things fired back up here for second half action. While we're sitting here on the Spirit of Stark halftime show, I want to make mention of another good partner of ours, our injury report sponsors, the Leatherneck Nation MC, the Modus chapter in Canton, Ohio. As we're celebrating Military Appreciation Night here in Canal Fulton inside of Smilex Stadium, Northwest Indians sporting the camo jerseys. We want to make mention of this group that's gotten behind us, Leathernecks Nation MC, right here in Canton, Ohio, where veterans helping veterans is the main mission. The Modus chapter supports local veteran charities in and around Stark County, like the Save 22 organization, fighting veteran suicides, and the SAM Center in Massillon. They cannot do it alone, so stop out on October 15th and support them at their annual Halloween party located at the VFW on Mahoning Road in Canton from 3 to 9. All the details, including food, drinks, raffle items, and live music, is on their Facebook page at Leathernecks Nation MC Modus Chapter. Check out their website, www.moduslimanovembermikecharlie.com. All are welcome. Donations accepted at the door, and a large portion of these proceeds goes to helping these local charities. Semper Fi, and they look forward to your support. Raffle tickets, only $10 a piece. Make sure you stop out and support them. The Indians are back out on the field. The Indian Marching Band is finishing up their halftime show as the Louisville Leopard Marching Band sits down in the end zone watching them finish. Little score update for you here as we know it's 9-0 Louisville Leopards. First touchdown of the ball game, 7:23 on the clock in the second quarter. Charlie Roberts took it 51 yards to the house, followed up by sophomore Seth Coley's 25-yard field goal, making it 9-0. Jim Ballard I'm going to let you do this introduction, man, because you've worked with this cat for a long time. We got a special guest joining us here in the press box. Brody Han, I mean, your career, what you were able to do at Louisville, what you were able to do down at Muskingum, what you were able to do at Ohio Northern. You've been playing ball overseas, right? You've been in Paris. You've done a lot. You know the quarterback position. You learn from the best, man. BQA fam, right? Ballard Quarterback Academy, number 13, the College Football Hall of Famer. Jim, I'm going to let you roll with your man here because I know you guys got some serious history.
Oh, man, it's so good for me to be back with you, Brody. We've been communicating for a long time, man. The original towhead, if anybody knows, the short little blonde hair, big blue eyes. He was, 10 or 11 was my son when we first started working together. And to see, for me, we've always talked about the game and how much we love it, but it's all the lessons that we've learned to see us and become the men that we are, the young man that you are, the experiences that you've had. It's so good to see you, man. Welcome to the broadcast, and welcome back across the pond. Paris, huh? Oui. Quite an experience being in Europe, isn't it? Tell us about that. And the thing that's great about your story is, Brody, there's the great thing is, I was saying, I apologize, I had something in my throat, but the great thing about your story is, Brody, you're not a guy that started 3 or 4 years. You had to wait your turn. It went back to Joey Duckworth. He ended up getting hurt. They put another guy in. Jake ended up starting for 1 year. Then you start for 1 year, and it just goes to show you, when you do have your opportunity to make the most of it, you do make the most of it. You had a hell of a senior year, as TJ talked about. You went down to Muskingum. All you did was break, 6 or 8 records as a true freshman and started down there. Started 1 year in high school for the listeners. Started 4 years in college. First year professionally, went over to Paris and played. Talk about, overcoming obstacles and continue to work when it was hard and when it wasn't easy. A lot of kids would have just, you know what, I'm good. It's great to see what you've done with the game. And what's the plan now? You were over in Paris. I know we talked a little bit. Is it the Arena League? Is it just kind of wait and see what's going on? What's next for Brody Han?
Yeah, so I've reached out to a couple of arena teams and a couple of different indoor football leagues, and I've gotten some responses and some tryouts, so I'm looking forward to those in the fall and in the winter, and so hopefully I can catch on with a team over here in the United States, so I'm a little closer to my family and all my friends. So.
But what an experience. I know that XFL. Got to get on the phone with Dean Dalton, see if we can dial something up, see if we can get you tried for that. But what an experience, man. I mean, to be able to play the game that we've loved since you were a kid, to be able to take the game and to parlay that into experiences in life, as you said, just seeing different cultures, being in different countries, being able to go to Amsterdam, being able to go to Italy, which you did. What were some of the other places? What was your favorite place while you were over there?
So we visited a small town outside of Bern, Switzerland. Just kind of small town in the middle of the mountains, middle of the country. It was beautiful. Just the mountain ranges they have out there, the nature, and just kind of everything out there is just, it's so gorgeous.
And, of course, your experience with Coach DeMarco, he was around when you were playing in the Little Leopards, and then he was around for a long time as the head coach. What was it like for you playing for Coach DeMarco?
It was great. He really took all the quarterbacks kind of under his wing and gave us a really good experience of learning how to play the game and understanding how different things work and just really taught all of us a lot about the game of football.
So many lessons that you guys were able to take from that. I mean, you weren't able to play quarterback while Jake Adams was starting, who had a great career over at Washington and Jefferson. Fast forward a little bit, we got another Louisville guy playing for Mike Sirianni over at W&J. Colton Jones is going to tee up his first start tomorrow against that blue and gold team. It looks like the Notre Dame team that Ohio State's playing. I don't like saying their name. It's like that team up north. It's a team up in Cleveland. Hated playing them. But CJ's going to have himself a good ball game tomorrow. But as you were saying, the experience that you had over there had to be unbelievable. So glad you were continuing to play the game that you love and utilize everything that we talked about. And, I mean, for me, to see you, grow up from an 11-year-old at Ballard Quarterback Academy when you were my son's age, to literally see you grow up through the years as a young high school kid, as an adult into college, and now as a young man in Europe. What a great experience. I appreciate you coming back. And that's the one thing that I always told you guys, man, it doesn't matter when the lights are off and they take your ball, we're still Ballard Quarterback Academy.
Absolutely.
Kicking off to start the second half.
There was.
Oh, yeah. Wilmington last fall, 7 touchdowns. That was a good game.
Good call. I wasn't sure where he was going with that, but he's got a better memory than I do because he's a little bit younger. But, Brody, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you coming up. Cole Weston, another one of his teammates, W&J guy in the booth next to us. Appreciate you guys coming up, spending some time, and best of luck to you guys. And, of course, we'll be in touch.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Brody Han, ladies and gentlemen, one of the better quarterbacks to play at Louisville. 4-year starting career, threw for almost 10,000 yards in college. Unbelievable career again. A guy who's only started in 1 year in high school, didn't transfer, didn't pout, just kept working, kept his nose down, kept grinding, and when he got his opportunity, crushed it his senior year, parlayed it to a Division III school, got himself a great degree, got himself to be able to go over to Paris and play this game. And congratulations to Brody Han on his career and his future endeavors, and I'm sure he's just going to continue to be successful.
Still taking snaps now here in the second half of this ball game. The Louisville Leopards, Davion Cruz. And the Leopards will have to burn a timeout here early with only 11:58 on the clock as we just got underway here in the third quarter. 9-0 lead for the Leopards. While we have a moment, let's step down and hear from our partner on the sidelines, Mark Milano. What you got, partner?
I caught up with the Northwest coaching staff here at halftime, and I think what you're going to see in the second half is Northwest is going to try to spread Louisville out a little bit more, take some shots down the field. They're not happy with the score being 9-0 right now. Don't feel that they played their best first half of football by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely look for Northwest to try to stretch things out here a little bit in the second half.
Gonna have to, right, partner? Jim, I mean, you got to, especially with Louisville, you mentioned it here. They get the ball back to start this second half. If they can do something here, you're going to put Coach John DeMarco in this Northwest Indians offense in a little bit of a jam here, and they're going to have to stretch the field. All right, Davion Cruz running that option. They're going to flick it over to 17, and he's going to fire it deep downfield. He's got Mueller incomplete over his outstretched hands. They're going to have a flag down on the field. That was Charlie Roberts who took the pitch from his quarterback, Davion Cruz, and chucked it downfield in duress. A lot of pressure coming on our Jim, but got the penalty that comes in. Talk about it, partner.
Yeah, it was a holding behind the line of scrimmage, TJ. What did I say early for Louisville to try to get something going? It's going to be with a trick player. There you saw a little flip back to the back in motion, had him wide open. However, even if it would have hit him for a touchdown, it would have gotten called back because of the hold. Northwest trying to tighten up on defense to start this half, trying to flip and turn the tables, if you will, with momentum. Louisville handling them in the first half, 9-0 lead, getting the ball to start the second half, trying to build on that. Northwest needs to get a stop, and this young quarterback, Chase Badger, needs to get some points on the board rather quickly.
Leader One Financial Scoreboard update, 27-10 lead for Talmadge over Green. Here we go from their own 34-yard line. 1st and 20 for Davion Cruz. He fakes the handoff, rolls out left. He's going to keep it, climbs to the 40, to the 44-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage. They'll give him an extra yard, give him his own 45. Line to gain is set inside the Indians' 46-yard line.
It's like the coaches watched our show this week, TJ. Davion Cruz is doing a much better job of getting downhill and attacking the end, and when he's done that, he's had 2 big plays with the keep.
Were they happy or sad after they watched it? That's all I want to know, partner. All right, 2nd and 9 from their own 45. Davion Cruz, 9-0 lead for him. He pitches it to Essick. Nothing cooking. Gets to the 45, across to the 46. And a 3rd and long coming up now for the offense. Under 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter now. 9-0 lead for the Louisville Leopards.
Running the option into the boundary. Just not a lot of real estate to work with. Ball in the left hash. Corner did a good job that time of staying outside, forcing it back in so the safety could come down and make a play.
3rd and 8 from their 46. 10:49 on the clock. Up 9-0. Louisville trips to the left, single receiver to the wide right, going left to right on your radio dial. Davion Cruz sits in there comfortably. Now he climbs the pocket. Last minute, not going to be enough. He's not going to make the 50. He'll get it out to his 48-yard line, and a 4th down coming up for the Leopard offense.
Good job by Northwest getting a stop to start the second half. The crowd trying to get him back into the game, trying to will this Northwest team to get some excitement. Just need some plays on offense.
Boy, partner, those feet were like planted in cement boots for Davion Cruz for about 2-3 seconds in that pocket, Just kind of sat there, tried to climb it, tried to get up there for the first down marker, not enough. So on fourth down, they're going to punt it away. Fielded cleanly inside the 20 for Northwest Indians. They're going to get it out across the 25, out to the 28-yard line. I think you're going to have a flag come flying in. Nope, they're going to hold it. Some of the Northwest Indians wanted a late hit out of bounds. They won't get it. Chase Badger got his defense to do what he needed them to. Shut down the Leopards. Get them the ball back, trailing 9-0, 10 minutes on the clock here in the third quarter. Offense out onto the field. They'll be set up 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Let's reset this offense for the Northwest Indians. Chase Badger is your sophomore quarterback. Running back behind him is Kyler Miraglia. At right guard, Chris Reynolds. At left guard, Riley Plotner. At tackle, left tackle, Logan West. Right tackle will be Isaac LaFay. And in the middle, center, Travis Barczyk. See what they got here. Handoff, Miraglia goes over right guard. Nothing cooking. Brought down by number 74 on the defense. That's Cyrus Wright, 5'10", 312-pounder. After a 2-yard pickup, a 2nd and 8 coming up for Northwest.
6 foot 312. Is that what you said, partner?
I don't know about 6 foot, partner. I think I might have dropped a 5'10", so you go 5'10",
5'10",
312. Boy, you're a fire hydrant in the middle there. You know, we mentioned that hey, last week, number 72, Shane Gates, he's a 282-pounder. He went out of the game, and Poland was able to expose that. Now you got some beef in the middle. We'll see what Louisville can do. We'll see if Northwest has anything for him. Firing it downfield. Landon Cross with a first down out across the 45. He's going to make his own 44-yard line. That's enough to move the chains on 2nd and 8. 1st and 10 coming up for Chase Badger in the Northwest offense.
Go back to the square and too high. Receiver pushing up 12 yards, snapping it straight across. Safety getting depth, cuts underneath. Badger set his feet, turned his shoulders inside. Squaring coming from left to right. Good throw by the young sophomore Badger.
Been impressed by him thus far. Has his Northwest Indians 2-0 here in week 3. Trailing 9-0, 8:56 on the clock in third quarter. We'll see if he can get the offense on the board. Hands off, Miraglia. He's stuffed in the backfield. Tracked down off the backside. And that's number 18, Connor Morley on the tackle. Got to shout out Connor Morley. I'll tell you what. Had a chance to watch him baseball season last year. The Louisville Leopards had a heck of a run. The boy, Connor Morley, he can pitch. And he's fun to watch. Got a chance to see him go distance in a game last year. And I'm drawing a blank right now. It's going to make me upset here. I want to say, I think it was Hoover. I'm drawing a blank. But Connor Morley, great pitcher. Sport number 21, 18 out here on the field today. 2nd and 10 for Badger. Fires it out to his tailback, Miraglia. Incomplete. 3rd and long coming up from the Northwest own 44-yard line. 8:12 on the clock, trailing 9-0. Jim right here, a sophomore quarterback. 3rd and long. Put him in a position where he's got to pass the ball, you would think. What are you dialing up right here for a young sophomore?
Let's go back and talk about that last play. He moved to his left a little bit. You had Miraglia who flared out of the backfield. The linebackers dropped out. You had the squaring again from left to right. All you had to do was just touch it. The linebackers were back, just touch the ball down to the back. But Badger missed him. And Coach DeMarco's going to, I believe you got to go back and try to expose the middle of the field with these 2 high safeties.
Badger will have Satterfield on his left hip. He puts Miraglia out into the pattern in the hands of his receiver, Landon Cross. There he goes, down to the 30-yard line of Louisville. Let me see here. That was not Landon Cross. I believe that was Noah Harper on the reception.
Talked about it pre-snap. Louisville 99% playing 2 high safeties. Ran the dig route from right to left. And offensive line did a great job up front of giving him time for the squaring to come right underneath the safety. Coach Marco seeing that they newly played the high safety, so the weakness in that defense, TJ, in cover 4 is in the middle of those 2 safeties and on the outside, the comebacks and the curls.
That was Beekler on the reception, 1st and 10 inside Leopard territory at their 31-yard line, 7:37 on the clock, trailing 9-0. Let's see what Badger has here. He hands off to Miraglia. He goes between left guard and left tackle. He'll pick up a nice 4-yard chunk inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. And we will make mention that Leathernecks Nation MC injury update. We talked about number 72 going out of the game last week for Louisville against Poland, Shane Gay. He is back out there now. Him alongside the big 312-pounder. Cyrus Wright manning the middle, shutting down Miraglia right now. Twins right, single receiver left. Badger hands off against the Miraglia, and 72 makes the tackle. But now Kyler Miraglia drags him for a first down. 1st and 10 for the Northwest Indians. Hard running between the tackles for number 20, Kyler Miraglia.
Miraglia get a lot of carries in the second half. Had himself a decent first half. TJ led Northwest in rushing with 9 carries for 35 yards. Badger was 6 for 10 for 70 in the second half. Pretty sharp to start this second half.
Miraglia is going to get a breather. Parker Kraft comes in. Satterfield on the right hip. Kraft gets the carry. He goes left, comes back right. There he goes. 15. Climbing, looking for the first down marker after he's pushed out of bounds by number 32 on the defense, Colton Loy. And that's going to get inside the 15 down to the 12-yard line. I believe that's going to spot them about a yard shy of the first down marker. Line to gain. Yep, we'll call that 2nd and 1. Up 6:21 on the clock. Northwest trailing 9-0 here inside of Smilex Stadium, looking to get that goose egg off the board. Single receiver to the short side right, Twins to the left. Badger hands off again, and there goes the running back inside the 10 down the 5-yard line. Parker Kraft comes in and gives number 20, Kyler Miraglia, a timely breather as 20 checks back in.
2 good carries from Kraft, running the ball crafty. Sticking the foot in the ground, getting north and south. Bounced it outside on the run before.
The Northwest side, they're coming alive right now. We can feel them under this brand new press box. Brand new scoreboard to our right. Here we go from the 5-yard line. Badger, handoff, Miraglia, bobbing and weaving into the end zone between left guard and left tackle. And they're finally on the board here in Canal Fulton. It's 9-6, 48 remaining here in the third quarter.
They got the train rolling, man. I love it.
Chew. Big boys up front, eating over on that left side. Logan West, Riley Plotner right there. Mark it. That's about 570 pounds as Miraglia worked his way behind them and didn't have a whole lot of Leopard defense touching him as he stride into the end zone. As we see Badger come back out onto the field, looks like they're going to go for 2. 2x2 stack on the right side, short side left, single receiver. They're going to fade it to the back of the end zone, going up for it. And it's dropped in and out of the hands as our partner Mark Milano was down there in the back of the end zone trying to get that footage. Incomplete on the 2-point conversion. Jim, I like the setup, how they worked that. Top man on that stack goes inside, back receiver goes out on the fade, and it looked like it was in his hands over top of the Louisville Leopard defender, not able to hold that, almost like too much traffic, even though it hit him in the hands. Should have been a catch for 2 points, out because of the defender.
Quarterback did his job, gave him an opportunity to make a play in the back corner, the right backside of the right corner of the end zone, back pylon. Doing a good job throwing that 50-50 ball. Receiver just wasn't able to come down with it. His view was obstructed a little bit by the hand coming in front, but that's one of those plays where you got to make it. It would have cut it to 9-8. Northwest electing not to kick an extra point, which tells me obviously they don't have a lot of faith in their kicker.
Well, that to me is mind-boggling because Isaac Lefay can kick the ball.
Not sure what the
saw him competing at the Pro Football Hall of Fame East-West All-Star game that we had a chance to call, partner. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll keep dialed in on that.
Not sure what the thought process was behind that, if somebody was hurt, but, it still would have been 9-7. It would have been a one-possession game.
Onside kick attempt here, received by Louisville at their own 39-yard line. That was Jacob Davide in there fielding it cleanly. So good starting field position for Davion Cruz as we look at the Leader One financial scoreboard update. We can tell our guys Drew Sarakman, Jeff Tyler, the natural over there in Uniontown. Shout out to Brock Klein. Everything he does for us, getting us set up. Over on our YouTube channel, you can check those guys out. Great ball game, 7-7. Partner, we know that Akron East, man, when they get things put together in the right direction, they can play some ball. We got a chance to see their skill guys, some of their big guys at the Kempthorne Kickoff Classic. they're showing up ready to play. They got beat by Jackson in week 1. They always play Federal League teams tough early in the season. We'll see how that thing shakes out. We'll continue to check our Leader One financial scoreboard. Reception. Tate Golden. He's going to get it out across the 45 to his 48-yard line, where he will be a yard shy of the first down marker. 2nd and 1 coming up. Clock starts rolling. We'll be under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter after this next play. 9-6 lead for the Louisville Leopards.
Staying safe, running a lot of screens. It was a bubble screen on that last play. Outside receiver doing a good job of blocking the corner.
Handoff. The big fella Essick, and he is stuffed on 2nd and 1. He'll get it back to the line of scrimmage, so he will not lose yards. It'll be a 3rd and 1 coming up. Let's check in with our partner down on the sidelines, Mark Milano. What do you got, buddy?
Special teams continue to haunt Northwest, and if you're wondering why Isaac Lefebvre wasn't out here kicking, he's got a pulled groin. He hasn't even been kicking off, and that's why Northwest had to go for 2 there.
All right, so your Leathernecks Nation MC injury update. That's why Isaac Lefebvre's not kicking. Another handoff here for Essick. It's enough to get him across to the 50-yard line. That's enough to pick up the first down and a fresh set of downs for the Louisville Leopards. 1st and 10, smack dab at the 50.
Frustrating if you're Coach DeMarco not being able to have a kicker that's able to line up and kick an extra point, but that's what they're dealing with on tonight. Offense just has to step it up a little bit. Some guys got to make some plays, and as Mark said, kicking off whatsoever, and that's why Louisville was able to get the ball with good field position.
4:21 on the clock. Davion Cruz hands off again to Essick. He falls forward into Indian territory to the 49-yard line, so a 1-yard pickup on 1st and 10. 2nd and 9 coming up. Remember to check out all of our social media platforms at Stark Media. Check us out on Instagram at Stark Media Team. Check us out on Facebook, Stark Media Team at Stark Media 1. And also follow us on Twitter at Stark Media Team, hashtag Stark Media. Lots of updates, a lot of stories. We got a lot of cool things coming down the line for you. And check us out on YouTube, our YouTube channel, Stark Media Team. Here we go. Davion Cruz rolls out to the left. He has Essick blocking for him. He fires it to his receiver, number 6. Short by 3 yards of the first down marker at the 40. He'll make it down to the Northwest 43-yard line. That was number 6, Braden Hershey.
Hershey coming up a little lame. Looks like he had a left ankle tweak.
Shaking it off. Leathernecks Nation MC injury update. We'll see how number 6 continues to roll. He's going to go to the wide side right. Inside of him will be Braden Jackson. Also Tate Golden, single receiver short side left on this 3rd down. And Davion Cruz is going to keep it. Picks it up inside the 40. He'll get it down to the 38-yard line. Fresh set of downs coming up for the Louisville Leopards as we are under 3 minutes to go here now in the third quarter. Louisville leading 9-6. Got a heck of a ball game going on here right now. Live on 99.7 FM, Canton's new country, Canton's new home for Stark Media, and streaming live all over the world on the free iHeart Radio app. TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano, happy to be alongside you here on this Friday night. Ohio High School football week 3. Another handoff for Essick. He goes over right guard, picks up a yard. They'll give him 2 down to the 37-yard line of Northwest.
Just pounding that dive back up into the A-gap, into the 0-1 holes, TJ. Got to stay home, though. We saw Davion Cruz fake that dive, got around the left end for a first down. Got to stay consistent. Got to stay mechanically sound. Got to be there if you're a linebacker. You don't want to come down and let Davion Cruz get outside, because we've seen his speed and quickness. He can get down the sideline in a hurry.
It's where the real men hang out, down there in the 0-1 gap. Here we go, 2nd down and 8 from the Northwest 37-yard line. Cruz, he hands off, check that, fakes it, and he's ripped down by Isaac Lefebvre. Mark Milano, he might not be kicking because of that groin, but I'll tell you what, he's coming off from that defensive end spot, and he was a terror right there in the backfield, dragging down the Leopards and creating a 3rd and 11. 2:12 on the clock. It's starting to roll again, and boy, what a timely pressure right there and drop for Isaac Lefebvre.
We talk about it, TJ. We just said it. You got to stay home and take the quarterback. That's what Lefebvre did. The inside tackle took the eye back. Lefebvre waiting for that quarterback and made a great
Trips
play.
left, single receiver right, and we got a screen pass. Here we go, number 15, Essick. He's out to the 30, down to the 25, 20, climbing to the 15, 10, making a move at the 5, and I think they're going to give it to him. They do. What a screen play, and I'm looking back, partner. It's clean, no laundry on the field. What a play. Dialed up by Coach Troy Davis. The screen pass to Andrew Essick. He makes some moves inside the red zone area. Partner at the 10 makes a miss and gets into the end zone. It is 15-6 here in Canal Fulton. Louisville on top.
Great play call at the right time. They've sprinted out 5 or 6 times to the left. Cruz sprints out to his left, flips his hips all the way back, throws it back to the right. And the kick is good.
Extra point is good. It is 16-6 here inside of Smilex Stadium. We will step aside and take a break. You're listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week on 99.7 FM and the free iHeart Radio app.
McNeil & Sons Tree Service serves the greater Northeast Ohio area by keeping your property clear all year round. Do you have trees that have stretched too close to your home? A rotted tree that has to go? Or perhaps even storm damage? No job is too big or small for McNeil & Sons. We specialize in large tree removal, storm damage, stump grinding, land clearing, and more. McNeil & Sons Tree Service is fully licensed and insured, so contact us today at 330-606-1126 for all your tree care needs. Or visit us online at mcneiltree.com to schedule your free quote. The professionals at McNeil & Sons can inform you of your tree health and give you a risk assessment to keep your family protected. So call today, 330-606-1126. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, a company you can depend on with family you can trust.
Welcome back. Al Fulton, TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano down on the sidelines. 16-6 here for the Louisville Leopards, leading the home team, Northwest Indians, on Military Appreciation Night. You're listening to 99.7 FM and the stream app on the iHeart Radio app as the Indians are able to return it out across the 25 to the 27-yard line for Chase Badger. The offense back out onto the field. We know that last drive for the Indians, partner. I believe we see Connor Morley. Looked like he was coming up a little slow there. He's back in the huddle. So Leathernecks Nation MC injury update. Connor Morley, he's up, back in the huddle. Got a couple substitutions across that defensive line for the Louisville Leopards. Number 25 checks in. That's Zach Gander. 1:37 remaining here in the third quarter. Badger hands off to Miraglia. He starts left, cuts back right, picks up no yards as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. His big number 74 was sitting there waiting for him. Cyrus Wright, been calling his name a lot tonight.
Leader One financial scoreboard update, TJ. Got a barn burner over at Tom Benson Stadium. Kaufman hanging on to a 2-point lead over McKinley, 21-19. The Shamrocks have a 2nd and 5 from their own 48 when the fourth quarter starts. That's after 3 quarters.
Give a special little shout out here to the Rocks from Dublin after this play. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 10 from their own 29-yard line, trailing by 10. Louisville, check that. Northwest carry out across the 30, 35, out to the 40. Miraglia picks up a first down. Out to the 43-yard line. Fresh set for the Northwest Indians. All right, getting ready to celebrate our 20-year reunion for the national championship team down in Columbus this weekend as Ohio State's getting ready to take on Notre Dame. One of the greatest players I ever had a chance to line up with, Will Smith, who's no longer with us. God rest his soul. His son, Will Smith Jr., playing defensive end for Kaufman. He's committed to Ohio State. I know that guy is being keyed on by Antonio Hall right now. Chase Badger, hands off again. Miraglia, bobbing and weaving. Left, right, picks up 3. Check that 4 as he gets across his own 45, out to his 47.
He's so good at being patient, TJ. That was the first thing I noticed when he was a freshman, was his ability to just slow down, let the play develop, let that pulling guard and tackle get out from the backside, and he just stays low behind, and then all of a sudden he's there, and then bang. Juts to the outside and picks up 4 yards before you know what happened. Good running by Miraglia.
Charlie Roberts, Clay Chambers, Colton Loy, trying the best they can here to slow this Northwest Indians offense as we hit triple zeros for the third quarter. 4 fingers up in the air, partner. It's rolling by quick. 16-6 lead for the Louisville Leopards. When we come back, more high school football here in Canal Fulton. You're listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week on 99.7 FM and streaming live all over the world on the free iHeart Radio app.
Spirit of Stark embodies the pride that each community in our county has for their local schools and teams. That's why when it's time to find the best in custom apparel, look no further than Spirit of Stark, located at 409 Erie Street North. Custom embroidery offered on almost any type of garments, from shirts and jackets to hats, pants, and shorts. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows Spirit of Stark to fulfill any order, big or small. You name it, they can do it. Want to look your best heading back to school this fall? Contact Spirit of Stark at 330-806-6745. We can't wait to hear from you.
TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano here in Canal Fulton. 2nd and 6 coming up from the north. Check that, Louisville. We get a reset here for you the right way. 12 minutes on the clock here, fourth quarter. 16-6 lead for the Louisville Leopards. Northwest from their own 47, 2nd and 6. There goes Miraglia into Louisville Leopard territory now as he churns it between center and left guard. Picks up a first down to the Leopard 45. Miraglia, he'll check out. And here comes number 43, Parker Kraft. Also Logan Sopteline will come in, senior. Parker, just a sophomore. Been due for a big game, man. I'll tell you what, some good carries for him as he spelled Kyler Miraglia. 1st and 10, Badger in the pocket. Rolling to his left, firing it downfield. Big bomb, looking for his receiver, incomplete. And it's in and out of the hands of McGarrix.
He had him. They ran a play action. The safety came down, TJ. Barracks was running right down the middle in between those two high safeties. Badger just a little bit late on the read. Took a little longer to get it out. Wasn't able to throw it as far as he wanted to. Gave the safety an opportunity to get back and knock it down. But another great play call that had the opportunity for a touchdown if he just would have got it out a little bit quicker.
2nd and 10 from the Louisville 45. 16-6 lead for the Leopards. Handoff, Parker Kraft. There it goes, bobbing and weaving behind left tackle and in there on a big stop again. 7 deuce coming up off the bottom of the pile. Shane Gates coming into this game with a bad ankle. Looking pretty good there, partner. They need that up front going against this big offensive line for the Northwest Indians. All seniors across the line for Coach DeMarco. Big 3rd and 8 coming up with 10:55 remaining in the ball game. Remember, at the end of the game, we'll have our finally HereOhio.com player of the game. We'll talk about that as we get further into this thing. A lot of good football left here to play. It's going by fast, though. 16-6 lead for Louisville. Northwest looking to cut into it. Badger in the shotgun, sits in the pocket, looking downfield over the hands of his receiver, Noah Harper. 4th down coming up for Coach DeMarco and company.
They came back to the same concept they've been using, a square by the single receiver on the outside and running Miraglia on a flare route. The flat defender, TJ, dropping underneath the square and coming from left to right. All you got to do is drop the ball down the back and put him in space, force the corner to come up and the safety to rally. Miraglia is going to get at least 6 or 7 yards there.
We'll see what they decide to do here, Northwest, as they have the offense still out on the field. Trailing by 10, 10:36 on the clock here in the 4th. There he goes, Badger chucking it downfield, looking for his receiver. Incomplete, looked like there was some contact, not going to be called. And we will have a turnover on downs. Louisville Leopards will take over. Let's check in with our partner down on the sidelines. Mark Milano, what do you got, man?
Troy Davis is over here right now talking to his offensive line, and his message to him is when we get the ball back, we're going to score again, and they were all just nodding their heads. I tell you what, right now, this Leopard team believes right now, and I think that they're just outplaying Northwest at this moment.
That's the big message right there, Jim Ballard. See what this offensive line does. Almost ball on the ground as a pitch goes to Essick, and he bobs through it. Big shot on Davion Cruz as he pitches the ball, Jim. Essick with the timely hands being able to hang on to it, and he's able to take it up the right sideline, his sideline. for a 1st and 10. Nice pickup, gets it into Indian territory to their 43-yard line.
Starts up front with the offensive line doing a great job, and Davion Cruz getting into the line of scrimmage, running the option. Got blown up, as you said, partner, but was able to kick it out, which gave Essex some time and space around the corner and into the boundary. Great play by Essex, and great job by Cruz getting the ball out.
Roberts, he goes in motion. Davion Cruz, he'll keep it. Trips are over to the right. They run it to the wide side of the field. They pick up a yard down to the 42-yard line of Northwest, setting up a 2nd and 9. Under 10 to go here in the ball game. 16-6 lead for the Louisville Leopards. Mark Milano down on the sidelines. He called it out. Troy Davis, head coach of the Louisville Leopards, 0-2 on the season, looking for their first win. That offensive line, it's going to have to go through them. From the middle of the field, going right to left on your radio dial. There goes the option again. Davide gets it. Full head of steam, and he's running through him down to the 35-yard line. Going to set up a 3rd and short. They'll give him the 34. Insert the heavy package here on defense for the Northwest Indians. 6'6", 320-pound Riley Plotner is going to come in. And Davide will be down as we have a Leathernecks Nation MC injury report update. Remember our friends over there at Leathernecks Nation. Veterans helping veterans is their main mission. The Untitled Chapter supports local veterans charities around Stark County, like the Save 22 organization, fighting veteran suicides, and the SAM Center in Massillon. They cannot do it alone, so stop out on October 15th and support them at their annual Halloween party located at the VFW on Mahoning Road in Canton from 3 to 9. All the details, including food, drinks, raffle items, and live music, is on their Facebook page at Leathernecks Nation MC Untitled Chapter. Or check out their website, www.maduslnmc.com. That's www.maduslima.November-Mike-Charlie.com. All are welcome. Donations accepted at the door, and a large portion of these proceeds will go towards helping these local charities. Semper Fi, and they look forward to your support. Raffle tickets, $10 a piece. Partner, I think Davide coming around the corner there. When we're going to step aside and take a break here real quick as we see Davide go off the field. When we come back, more on 99.7 FM and streaming live at the free iHeartRadio app.
Chris McCready's and his team at Finally Hear Hearing Aid Center in Canton offer up over 30 years of experience for their customers who are hearing impaired. Head over to their website at finallyhearohio.com and schedule your free hearing aid test and evaluation today. They're a best of the best award-winning company that prides themselves on customer service. Stop down and see them at 1201 30th Street Northwest or contact them at 492-1212 for an appointment. And thank you for sponsoring Stark Media's finallyhearohio.com Player of the Game.
This is WHOF FM HD2 North Canton and W259BW Canton. From the Flynn's Tire and Auto Service Studio. Right tire, right price, right now. Flynn's Tire.
Back here in Canal Fulton, TJ Downing, Mark Milano, Jim Ballard bringing you Louisville and Northwest. 16-6 lead for the Leopards as Davion Cruz looking across the middle, incomplete on 1st and 10. From Northwest 32-yard line. Going to bring up, as we look at 8:37 remaining here in the ball game, 2nd and 10. 2 timeouts remaining for the Leopards, all 3 for the Indians.
You know, they've sprinted Cruz out, I think, exclusively to his left. Probably 6 or 7 times now he's rolled to his left. I don't believe he's thrown to his strong, dominant hand to the right side one time.
Twins right, twins left. Essex stays in. They fire it out to Jackson. He's going to climb to the left inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. 3-yard pickup. Check it. They'll give him 4, give him the 28 of Northwest. As they get the clock running, we'll be under 8 minutes to go in the ball game. After this next ball is snapped, you're going to have a 3rd and 5 coming up. While we have a moment, we want to thank all of our sponsors on tonight's ball game. CH Vallis Associates, Kishman's Fresh Market, Simon Says Promotions, McNeil & Sons Tree Service, Spirit of Stark, Leathernecks Nation MC, FinallyHearOhio.com, Leader One Financial, and obviously all of our friends over at iHeartRadio. Trips right to the wide side. That's where Davion Cruz is looking. He gets it to Jackson, but a big stick coming out of the secondary for the Northwest Indians. And I think that's your monster back. Sure is. Connor Satterfield. We won't call him monster back. Monster goes to Noah Harper. Connor Satterfield, number 25, All 6'2", 210 pounds of him. I'll tell you what, had a chance to get a little bit of info on this guy, working out with Jason Greenfield in the offseason. Everybody in Northwest knows that name. Was just as much a part of the big runs they had over the last couple years as Jordan Mick was. Greeny been training that man, number 25 back there, and a fake pass. Roberts throwing it to the back of the end zone, looking for Mueller on the coverage. Parker Kraft, great job, incomplete.
Went back to the same pass that I had success with earlier. Kraft staying with his man the whole time, running stride for stride. Pass was shortened to the inside. Good job by Northwest getting a stop. Louisville had a lot of momentum. They did get some first downs, which allowed them to flip the field. TJ, Northwest really hasn't put together one of those drives where they've methodically moved it down the field. Everything offensively that they've gotten has been tough. It's been 4 yards, 3 yards, then 15, then 2 and 1. It's been a struggle offensively, but they just got to keep bouncing back. There are plays to be made, but Chase Badger's going to have to come up big in this fourth quarter for this Northwest team to come back and
See
win.
what he's got here. He fires it out to his receiver, and he's going to look for the fake pass. He's going downfield looking for number 7, and it's incomplete as a flag comes out onto the field. Number 11, Clay Chambers, made contact
Love
with
the play
Beekler.
Call. Sorry, partner. I love the play call. First down after a big stop on fourth down. Coach DeMarco decides to dial up again. One of the trick plays that I thought would be essential for
Ethan Nicky on the pass.
Nicky throwing it deep, had him wide open. He threw a Peyton Manning wounded duck, kind of fluttering out there. I can help. I know
The old Justin Zwick ball.
I know a guy that can help with that. But the great thing that he did was he didn't overthrow it. He underthrew it. The DB didn't turn back. And they got the interference call, so 15 yards for Northwest. But, again, another opportunity, if he would have got the ball out earlier, for a potential touchdown for Northwest offense.
Chambers draws the flag, and it'll be 1st and 10 with 7:10 remaining in the ball game for the Northwest Indians from their own 47. Handoff from Roglia. There he goes, right side, full head of steam, 45, down all the way to the 41 of Louisville. So a 1st and 10 chain mover, big pickup. As we step downstairs and check in with our partner, Mark Milano. What do you got, buddy?
Jacob Dobday has been over here on the sideline stretching out for the past 10 minutes. He's back up, flipped the hair back, the helmet's on. He's going to be coming back into the game. But I can tell you right now, once you cramp up in a football game and you try to come back out there, it's awfully tough to keep going. We'll have to keep an eye on him and see how it can do in this last 7 minutes, 10 seconds. He is the heart of that defense.
Miraglia, another big carry, gets it down to the Louisville 35-yard line. 2nd and 5 coming up. 6:28 on the clock. It's rolling. 16-6 lead for the Louisville Leopards. Making a move right now, though, is sophomore Chase Badger and his offense. As they get right back up to the line of scrimmage. Single receiver wide to the left. 2 receivers short side right. 2 in the backfield with him. Roglia gets the carry between left guard and left tackle, and enough for the first down. Grinding behind the big fellas down to the Louisville 30-yard line. They move the sticks again, Jim. Fresh set for the offense.
Roglia going to give himself a blow, going to give himself some go-go juice on the sideline, going to grab some water. Kraft going to check back in at running back for Northwest. TJ, Louisville starting to walk that strong safety down in the box, which is creating 8 guys there, which – what that does is it frees up those wide receivers with a one-on-one matchup with one free safety free.
Kraft gets the carry, stuffed in the backfield, but he makes a move, gets away from 72, gets away from number 18, and he'll pick up a yard down to the 29-yard line. Missed was Connor Morley. Also missing Shane Gates, big number 72, and I believe that is 72 Gates down on the field. So your Leathernecks Nation MC injury report. We knew coming into the ball game that there was an ankle injury sustained by Gates last week against Poland. He is down there on the ground at the 30-yard line with 5:32 remaining in the ball game. His team, the Leopards, up by 16-6 count here inside of Smilex Stadium. As we look at our Leader One financial scoreboard, Jim, is a running clock up in Youngstown with 2:35 remaining in the third quarter. The Jackson Polar Bears woke up a little bit from last week after they had that same running clock put on them. They're up 43-7 over the Spartans of Boardman.
Big bounce back win for Coach
Coach Jay Rohr, you know,
Jay
you
Rohr.
talked
That
about
was-
it. You got a new quarterback in the deal. Ethan
First-
Lesko is going to be out for the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Partner,
you trying to win some money?
Latarulo.
You trying to win some money tonight, man?
I am. I got to support
Got a couple
Northwest,
coupon
man.
tickets over there, buddy.
I do. I had to buy some 50-50, man. I mean, Northwest and Coach Hathaway and the
Felt
coaching
bad.
staff.
Felt bad, didn't you?
They've let me make my home here for about 5-6 years, kind of losing track. But, no, they do a great job here, and I always do what I can.
Shout out to
help
Hath, man. Jason Hathaway, one of the best in the business when it comes to athletic directors.
Oh, man, the things that he does for a program, you can't even imagine.
And still shows up on Saturday mornings to ref at the YMCA.
Right.
5:24 remaining in the ball game. Handoff for the Northwest Indians. Miraglia goes over right guard, picks up a yard down to the Louisville 27-yard line. We'll call it 3rd and 7 coming up. Under 5 to go in the ball game. 10-point advantage for the Leopards. Doing everything they can to keep the Indians with their camo jerseys here on Military Appreciation Night in Canal Fulton out of the end zone. But this drive by Chase Badger getting it done thus far. See if they can finish it off. See if they can produce points from it. Single receiver wide to the left. Twins to the short side. Right Badger. He's going wide to the left. Got his receiver. He's got him down at the 15-yard line. And a big pitch and catch for a first down to Landon Cross.
Exactly what I said, TJ. Louisville down to cover 3. The strong safety to the right, rolling down, had a single receiver to his left. No flat defender, ran a 3-step slant. Badger stuck the right foot in the ground and drilled it. Good throw. Isolated one-on-one outside, TJ. That's the thing. When you run the ball well, they stack the box, and you got your matchups on the outside. Badger doing a great job of taking advantage of it on that play.
1st and 10 from the Louisville 16. Another handoff to Miraglia. He gets to the 15 before he's brought down, and there's Davide. Leathernecks Nation MC injury update as we see Miraglia come off a little gimp.
Little sense of urgency here,
Davide
TJ.
back in the ball game for Louisville, as Mark mentioned. We see 70 come trotting off for them. That's Nate Curry. 72, Gates. He's back in the deal. Been playing a heck of a ball game up there, injured, battling through an ankle. See what they got here for the Northwest offense. 2nd and 9 from the Louisville 15. Handoff, Kraft gets to the 15, and there he is. 7 deuce. Holding up big in the middle, dropping him at the line of scrimmage. Gates in there again on the tackle, as we mentioned. Davide back off of being injured just a few plays earlier. 3:27, 26, 25. The clock's rolling here at Smilex Stadium. 3rd and 9 coming up. 16-6 lead for the Louisville Leopards. If Northwest and Coach John DeMarco are going to get it done, it's got to happen right here, partner.
Got to put some points on the board. The clock's running. No sense of urgency. Got to get in and out huddle a little bit quicker.
Twins left, single receiver right. Badger sits in the pocket, fires it, looking for the back of the end zone, almost intercepted. Back there, Mueller, also number 11, Clay Chambers, and you'll have a 4th down coming up for Northwest. We'll see what they do here. As we have a Leader One financial scoreboard update, the Massillon Tigers have a running clock down in Mansfield. They are up over the Twigers, Mansfield Senior, 30-0. Wow. It's Coach Nate Moore and the squad getting it done down there. I'll tell you what, Mansfield Senior, second half last week, they put it on the Hoover Vikings.
They certainly did.
So, Tigers getting it done. We'll see if the Indians can get it done here. 2:56 on the clock, trailing by 10 at the 15-yard line of Louisville. Firing for the back of the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. No flags. Turnover on downs. Louisville Leopards will take over, up by 10 with 2:51 remaining in the ball game.
Went back to the smash concept, hitch on the outside, corner on the inside corner, just sinking all the way. Essentially, it's 2-on-1, slot receiver to the left, running a high-angle corner. Safety came over the top corner, sank underneath it, nowhere for Badger to go. Really had to check the ball down to either the hitch or Miraglia on a swing route. He had Miraglia on a swing route earlier. He's been wide open. The linebackers for Louisville have been dropping underneath the squares and stuff that they've been hitting in the middle with that too high. Just got to look to the outside. This will be one of those films when they go back and look at it. Badger's going to realize, hey, I got a guy like Miraglia who can catch the ball and make things happen in space. I'm not going to worry about throwing the ball 15 yards down the field. I'm simply going to open my shoulder and throw the ball in the flat on a flare route and let him go to work.
Handoff for the Leopards. They will lose, we'll call it a foot or two. Bringing up a 2nd and 10. Clock starts running. 2:36, 2:35. Leopards up by 10 right here on your home for Stark Media, 99.7 FM, and the free iHeartRadio app. Check in with us on all of our social media sites, platforms. We'll have our FinallyHearOhio.com player of the game coming up. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, at Stark Media Team. Under 2 to go here as Davion Cruz gets ready to take the snap in the pistol. Handoff again. Essick, there he goes. Out across the 20. He'll make the 24 before being brought down. Timeout, Northwest.
Still hanging on by a thread. Got to get a stop here, TJ. Northwest needs a stop to try to get the ball back, and if they do get the ball back, they're going to have to score quickly, get an onside kick, and put up another touch to go ahead. Louisville in control of this game.
Tell you what, buddy, better start looking at those tickets. I see the official down there. He's looking at his tickets. Everybody's looking at their tickets. 50-50, getting ready to come down the line, man. You got your strips over there.
I got them going. I got the blue tickets.
I tell you what, if you win, I might not be going to Columbus tonight.
I tell you where we're
Might
going.
be hanging with you, partner.
We hit one of these tickets. We going to Sizzler. we going to Sizzler. We going to Sizzler.
Oh,
they
boy.
said a white man can't jump. We're going to Sizzler.
I love it, man. Thanks to all of our Sizzlers here tonight on Stark Media, 99.7 FM, the free iHeartRadio app, CH Vallis Associates, Kishman's Fresh Market, Simon Says Promotions, McNeil & Sons Tree Service, Spirit of Stark, Leathernecks Nation MC, FinallyHearOhio.com, and Leader One Financial. Appreciate all the support you guys give us on a week-in, week-out basis. 2:04 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. From their own 24-yard line, 3rd and 2, Davion Cruz. He's going to try and pick it up. He's got the moves. He makes it as he runs flush into somebody on his sideline, giving it all he had on that 3rd down carry, and it looks like he has enough for it, and they move it forward. 1st and 10 for the offense. 2 timeouts remaining for both teams. $1.58 remaining in the game. Already got the odds-on favorite partner for our FinallyHearOhio.com player of the game. Plug you in on that here after this drive. But it starts with a 7 and ends with a deuce. Single receiver right, single receiver left, pistol formation, handoff for the Leopards. Falling forward for a yard, check it 2, out to their own 30-yard line on 1st and 10. They get the clock rolling, and Northwest burns a timeout. 1 remaining for the Indians. You know, I just – it's hard to say if Louisville wins this game who you would want to give it to offensively because, yes, they had the 51-yard play by Roberts. You had the sophomore Seth Coley with the field goal. You had Essick on the 40-yard screen. You can give it to Davion Cruz, but I'm going to tell you right now, difference in the ball game was 72 in the trenches for Louisville getting it done defensively. We knew coming into this game, Jim, you mentioned all week long, not sure what we're going to get out of Louisville offense, but we know that defense can play. And you weren't sure if you were going to see 72 Gates tonight, and he's been in on at least double-digit tackles.
He has done an outstanding job. I mean, Cruz with 2 touchdowns. He's done a great job running the ball on the
stuff,
option.
man. That's QB stuff right there.
Oh, man.
God, that's QB stuff. All right, 1:51 on the clock. 16-6 lead for the Leopards. 1st and 10 from their 27. Handoff will get him out across the 30 to the 33. Davide on the carry. And final timeout of the game for the Indians with 1:41 remaining. They'll stop it here. All right, let's start talking about where we might be next week. Big matchup. The Tigers, they're coming home, and they don't have to go anywhere until the playoffs if they qualify, which I'm sure they will. But for the next 6-7 weeks, they're going to be in the confines of Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, but you've got Dallas Jet and Warren Harding coming into town next week.
Dallas Jet is hurt and is not playing tonight. BQA quarterback.
Leatherneck Nation MC injury update. Well, I guess we're not going to Massillon.
Starting a sophomore. Dude, I can't sleep on that kid. this sophomore, Drew, my boy Drew, out at Warren Harding, about 6'2", about 195, had some plays in last week's ballgame, threw a touchdown pass. Curious to see how he did tonight. Have to get the report from Pops when I get home, but Harding has guys, Harding has athletes. Have to see how they come out tonight and how the start goes, but anytime you got to go on the road.
Louisville from their own 32, 3rd and 4, handoff to Essick, no good. He'll be stopped shy. So the Leopards, they will have to get rid of the football here as we are going to be under a minute to go here after the punt gets loose. As you see those lights over on the Louisville side, their band, their student section, having a little fun. The one thing that this hurts here for Northwest not getting it done, that kind of kills a Fairless Northwest 3-0 matchup next week. Next week, Louisville, they'll be at Hoover. Northwest will host Fairless here. Pretty sure Fairless got it done against Claymont tonight. Boy, did Canton South torch them last week. And boy, can Poochie Schneider throw the ball. He's fun.
Only a sophomore. There might be some Stark County records that go down by the time that kid graduates if he stays healthy, TJ. The things he's doing, what he did as a freshman. Oof, over 2,400 yards passing. First year starting. Coach Dennison, longtime coach, did a great job down at New Philly. I worked with Coach Dennison's guys. Logan Bitterkoffer ended up starting at Bucknell, and Barron May ended up going to Eastern Michigan, who ended up transferred to Middle Tennessee State. Coach Dennison really does a great job with his offense, well coached. What he's doing with Poochie Schneider, man, it's a clinic passing the football.
Leader One Financial Scoreboard update. 27-24 lead for Talmadge over Green. End of 3, 43-7. Jackson over Boardman. Perry up over Euclid, 35-15. Just mentioned Massillon up 30-0. Still waiting on a score here from our guys over at East. Looks like 14-7 Lake, and they are just now starting the fourth quarter. 57 seconds remaining in the game here. Davide is your personal protector. Punts loose by number 14, Carter Dusky. Return, full head of steam across the 50, down to the 45, to the 40-yard line. And that was number 29 on the return, Ethan Nicky. 48 seconds remain. One timeout for Louisville. No timeouts for Northwest. We will see what Chase Badger, the sophomore, Coach John DeMarco, what they roll out with here. Got to work quick. They'll be at the 40-yard line of Louisville. They break the huddle. Gates out there, the big D lineman. Next to number 74, Cyrus Wright, 312-pounder. We'll see what kind of pass rush they can get. Not much. Chase Badger comfortable, working the sideline, incomplete, looking for his receiver, number 7, Beekler. 2nd and 10 from the Louisville 40 coming up. Louisville holding that 10-point advantage. 44 seconds remaining in the ball game. We'll catch up with Mark Milano at the end of this ball game.
Badger's just got to settle his feet a little bit. Ball's on the right hash, throwing a comeback. Just a little bit off. Didn't look comfortable on that throw.
Trips left, single receiver right. Badger climbs the pocket, fires it to his receiver, incomplete. One hops it to Landon Cross. 3rd and 10 coming up for Northwest. 40 seconds remain. Interesting that Coach Davis rolling with Shane Gates and Cyrus Wright in there in the middle. Do the math there, partner. You've got over 600 pounds. We'll see if they can provide a pass rush here. 3rd and 10 for Northwest. Twins right, twins left. Maraglia stays in the block. They're going for the end zone. Looking for number 7, Beekler, and I think he's got it. He does. Hauls in a heck of a catch down at the 8-yard line. Working against number 11, Clay Chambers of Louisville. And Beekler with the Randy Moss just dunked one on Chambers. Pulls it down. Gives the offense another chance here with 30 seconds remaining. 29. Spiking it is Badger. And that will kill the clock with 27 seconds remaining. 16-6 lead for Louisville.
You got Beekler. Great catch over top the corner by Beekler. We talked about his size and his height. 6'4", running a go route over top number 8 for Louisville. Mueller. Badger just giving him a chance to make a play, didn't overthrow him, and Beekler was able to come down with it to set him up inside the 10-yard line. Don't go away just yet.
Final from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, 28-26. Kaufman wins, makes Antonio Hall and the Bulldogs 0-3 on the young season. Badger going to the back of the end zone again, looking for Beekler. Intercepted! Oh, baby! That, my friends, is a heck of a play by Mueller. And he puts the two-toe tap down to haul in the interception. Partner, that's going to be the ball game.
Yeah, he got away with one. He did throw the ball up to Beekler the play before. He was able to come down with it, but he missed inside. Beekler saved him on the last play on the fade route. The corner stayed inside. Badger threw it to the inside once again. Beekler not able to make the play, and this is going to be a win for Louisville. First win of the season.
.22 seconds remain as Cruz still not going under center. He'll have trips to the right, single receiver left, puts a knee on it. And I think that's all they're going to be able to do. They're going to run it off. 10 seconds remaining, your final here from Smilex Stadium in Canal Fulton. Leopards get that first win of the season. And that's it. Triple zeros on the clock. 16-6 victory for the Louisville Leopards over Northwest here on Military Appreciation Night. A great job coming in here 0-2 on the season by Coach Troy Davis and his team. They battled and they got after it. Jim, this is a fun ball game. It was physical. There was some moments there where we saw some better spots from this Louisville offense, enough for them to be able to get the win. That Charlie Roberts 51-yard TD reception. You talk about the Essex screen pass, 40-yarder for a touchdown. Offense has gotten better for Louisville.
They definitely made some plays today, and they left some points on the table. And there were plays that they had that, guys running down the field wide open, quarterback or on a trick play. Guy who's throwing the ball just wasn't able to get it down the field. For Northwest to be successful, they did a great job running the ball, but Badger's going to have to make more throws when it counts. He had guys and opportunities to make plays. He missed a touchdown early in the game on a comeback and go. He had the opportunity to throw the fade route for a touchdown, had the post down the middle on the trick play that was underthrown. They did get the 15-yard penalty, but it should have been a touchdown. This will be one of those films that you can go back and point to about 7 plays, as always, and be like, this really hurt us. This really hurt us. And they'll build from it. They'll get better. Again, Chase Badger's it was only his second start on the varsity team.
All right, we'll step aside and take a break and get into the Simon Says Promotions post-game show. You're listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week right here on 99.7 FM and the free iHeart Radio app.
Spirit of Stark embodies the pride that each community in our county has for their local schools and teams. That's why when it's time to find the best in custom apparel, look no further than Spirit of Stark, located at 409 Erie Street North. Custom embroidery offered on almost any type of garments, from shirts and jackets to hats, pants, and shorts. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows Spirit of Stark to fulfill any order, big or small. You name it, they can do it. Want to look your best heading back to school this fall? Contact Spirit of Stark at 330-806-6745. We can't wait to hear from you.
Chris McCready's and his team at Finally Hear Hearing Aid Center in Canton offer up over 30 years of experience for their customers who are hearing impaired. Head over to their website at finallyhearohio.com and schedule your free hearing aid test and evaluation today. They're a Best of the Best award-winning company that prides themselves on customer service. Stop down and see them at 1201 30th Street Northwest or contact them at 492-1212 for an appointment. And thank you for sponsoring Stark Media's finallyhearohio.com Player of the Game.
The entrepreneurial spirit runs strong at Simon Says Promotions. That's why if you've seen us everywhere in downtown Massillon, it's because we're growing. Stop in and see our guys at Spirit of Stark on 409 Erie Street North. If you're in the spirit for that new look, head over to Studio Vibes and tell Allie the Stark Media Team sent you. We've rebranded the old checkered flag building at 256 Erie Street South as Simon Says HQ, featuring Copeland Paints, Brooklyn Rio Boudoir, Cherry on Top Logistics, Studio Vibes, and we are adding new tenants monthly. Speaking of new, have you seen what's coming out of the vault at the new Tiger store at 59 Lincoln Way East? New game day prints dropping weekly with with new store hours. Trust me, they can't wait to see you. Check us out on social media and find out what's new, or for occupancy and employment increase, email simonsayspromotions@gmail.com today.
This is the Stark Media High School Football Game of the Week. Tonight's game is brought to you by C.H. Vallis Associates, Kishman's Fresh Market, and Simon Says Promotions, featuring the Tiger Store Studio Vibes, the Game Day Boutique, and Spirit of Stark. Now with tonight's Simon Says Promotions postgame show, here's College Football Hall of Famer Jim Ballard, Mark Milano on the sidelines, and former Ohio State All-American T.J. Downing.
All right, back here in Smilex Stadium, final 16-6 win for the Louisville Leopards, first win of the season. As we get ready to check in with Mark Milano down on the sidelines, I believe he's going to be with us and our player of the game, Shane Gates. We'll see what he's got, partner. I know you're down there working your magic, kind of going through the line. Simon Says Promotions post-game show underway. Mark Milano working his magic down there on the sideline like he does every Friday night. So we get him dialed in, Jim. I know you got a couple scores coming down the line, I believe. And you see him passing a 74. We'll see if he can find that beautiful number 72 down there.
Yeah, Leader One Financial Scoreboard. Brennan Zerbrug, TD pass to Tyon Miles. Extra point is good. Alliance 40. Bedford 20, 8 minutes left in that game. It was all Canton South, or excuse me, it's not over yet. Canton South 16-yard TD run by Zion Culver, his fifth,
50-yard line.
His fifth touchdown of the night has Canton South up 49-24 over Sandy Valley. 6:37 left in the game.
All right, Mark Milano down there with our player of the game. Mark, catch up with us, partner.
Ready, TJ? Here we go. We had a great practice. We prepared all week, and we finally got a W. My last season, I tore my labrum. I only played 6 games. We went 0-6. We won the last 2. We were 0-2, and we won the night. That's a really nice. You know, I had a chance to talk for a few seconds about not being as good or cramping it up, but I'll tell you what, you were well conditioned. You were also hydrated. Talk about that hydration process. I'm on a diet, actually. Usually in the off season, I have to eat like 3,600 calories, and I have to drink a gallon of water a day. So it's like it's a daily thing for me. It's nice to have it. So that's why I'm so hydrated all the time. Well, I also had a chance to talk a little about what your future plans are. You're going to go to school. Football's definitely in the mix. Talk about the schools that you're talking about right now. I got an offer from Walton Wallace, got an offer from Powell Westland, I got an offer from Denison. Those are some great schools, and I'm just lost for words. I mean, I appreciate everything that they do for me. You know, it's amazing. So.
A great job down there on the sidelines, Mark Milano, with our finally HereOhio.com player of the game, Shane Gates, the big fella coming out and getting it done. Boy, I'll tell you what, Jim, that defense for Louisville, they stepped up when they needed them the most.
Yeah, they certainly did. Louisville got it done. You know what? Louisville went down to Steubenville week 1, TJ, and held Steubenville at home to 21 points. This defense does fly around. They hit. They're very gap sound. The only question mark I have about this Louisville team is the back end of that secondary. It looks to me like they're going to get exploited. You can throw the ball on them a little bit. I'm sure they'll fix some things. They played a lot of too high, and Northwest just wasn't able to take advantage of some opportunities that they had.
All right, I know you rattled off a couple finals there. We know the Jackson Polar Bears 43-14 over Boardman. We know that the McKinley Bulldogs are going to go to 0-3. We got some possibilities on where we're going to be next week. We know Stark Media Team will be out there. Fairless, they're going to come over here and play Northwest. We know Louisville, they're going to go over and play Hoover. A lot of football here left to be played. We know that Massillon Tigers getting a big win tonight, 33-0. They'll be taking on Warren Harding next week. So stay tuned with us on social media sites, platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We'll get that out there for you. Check out our finally HereOhio.com players of the game. This one, also Akron East and Lake. We'll see what Drew Strackman and Jeff Tyler and the guys have for us. All right, that's going to wrap up the Simon Says Promotions post-game show. I want to give a special shout-out to all of our sponsors that make this thing possible here on 99.7 FM and streaming live all over the world on the iHeartRadio app. Our friends over at Vallis Associates, Kishman's Fresh Market, McNeil & Sons Tree Service, Spirit of Stark, Leatherneck Nation MC, finally HereOhio.com, and Simon Says Promotion. All right, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano, TJ Downing, our guy back at the station, Kyle Molinelli. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Appreciate our engineer back there getting it done for us. And this is another one in the book, 16-6 final. Louisville Leopards, they move out to 1-2 on the season, 2-1 for the Northwest Indians. Until next week, so long, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Go Bucks.
Spirit of Stark embodies the pride that each community in our county has for their local schools and teams. That's why when it's time to find the best in custom apparel, look no further than Spirit of Stark, located at 409 Erie Street North. Custom embroidery offered on almost any type of garments, from shirts and jackets to hats, pants, and shorts. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows Spirit of Stark to fulfill any order, big or small. You name it, they can do it. Want to look your best heading back to school this fall? Contact Spirit of Stark at 330-806-6745. We can't wait to hear from you.
Chris McCready's and his team at Finally Hear Hearing Aid Center in Canton offer up over 30 years of experience for their customers who are hearing impaired. Head over to their website at finallyhearohio.com and schedule your free hearing aid test and evaluation today. They're a best of the best award-winning company that prides themselves on customer service. Stop down and see them at 1201 30th Street Northwest or contact them at 492-1212 for an appointment. And thank you for sponsoring Stark Media's finallyhearohio.com Player of the Game.
The entrepreneurial spirit runs strong at Simon Says Promotions. That's why if you've seen us everywhere in downtown Massillon, it's because we're growing. Stop in and see our guys at Spirit of Stark on 409 Erie Street North. If you're in the spirit for that new look, head over to Studio Vibes and tell Allie the Stark Media team sent you. We've rebranded the old checkered flag building at 256 Erie Street South as Simon Says HQ, featuring Copeland Paints, Brooklyn Rio Boudoir, Cherry on Top Logistics, Studio Vibes, and we are adding new tenants monthly. Speaking of new, have you seen what's coming out of the vault at the new Tiger Store at 59 Lincoln Way East? New game day prints dropping weekly with new store hours. Trust me, they can't wait to see you. Check us out on social media and find out what's new, or for occupancy and employment inquiries, email simonsayspromotions@gmail.com today.
Nobody wants to imagine the heartbreak of losing a pet, but when the time inevitably comes, Eternal Paws will be there for you. We're here for you in your time of loss. We work directly for you and provide private cremation services. However you choose to remember your loving pet, we have many memorial options. Custom urns and jewelry, clay and ink paw prints, engravings, and more. Eternal Paws Pet Cremation Service. We're here for you when you need to be there for them.
You've been listening to the Stark Media High School Football Game of the Week. Tonight's game is brought to you by Vallis Associates, Kishman's Fresh Market, and Simon Says Promotions, featuring the Tiger Store Studio Vibes, the Game Day Boutique, and Spirit of Stark. Join us each week for the best in Stark County high school football with Stark Media.
WHOF HD2 North Canton. Listen with iHeartRadio.